Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the 40k show, which is soon going to be the only 40k show. Mikey has clearly realised his defeat. He's tried to go down with some kind of dignity, with a little bit of a meme on Twitter, but don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. So this is the 40k show. This is now the 40k show. This is a Monday night stream. So if you're new here, every single Monday night, 21:30, we do a stream. 21:30 UK time, we do a stream. And I'm probably going to start doing some extra streams every now and again on Fridays. And soon we'll be doing weekly games, weekly battle reports as well, because we had a monumental stream success on Saturday against the infamous Chapter Master Valrak. So for all of you that joined us on stream on Saturday, thank you so much. Obviously, I spent most of my time in front of the camera on that one, not talking to you guys directly. I'm hoping I can take the opportunity tonight to say a massive thank you, because it was very humbling, and to see the revenue that stream made, to see the engagement we had, to see the number of comments. I watched the chat back. Amazing, absolutely fucking amazing. You guys are incredible. So thank you so much for that. Really amazing, really humbling moment. So if you are new to these Monday night streams, they're a bit different to the sort of random stream chat bollocks. These are a pick a topic and talk about it. And today I wanted to talk about whether going second is better than going first, whether going first is going better than second, whether it's situational, whether it depends on the army, etc, and whether there's better ways of doing it as well. And the reason why I sort of thought this topic is because actually, ironically, on Saturday, I think that if Chapter Master Valrak could have gone second, he'd have been in a much stronger place for the game. And I think perhaps that choice he didn't have to go first or second actually could have potentially caused him more problems and cost him some significant sort of gains in that particular matchup. And the reason why I say that is because I'm an army, on Saturday at least, I was an army of demons who want to come in and engage in melee, right? That was the whole point in the force on Saturday. It's Chaos Demons, it's Khorne Demons. I've got 2 guns, pretty much. Everything else charges in, and that's all I want to do. So I want to race across, close ground quickly, and engage in melee. And if you watched it, you'll realise there was 0 psychic phase, almost 0 shooting phase. Everything was charging and movement. Now, by going first, and by playing the mission that we played, Valrak had to push onto objectives in the middle of the field. Had to. He didn't really have a choice. So he did. And that meant that my distance to engage him and engage in melee was significantly shorter. Now, if you watch till the end, Stephen Box did give a bit of a sort of tutorial at the end of how he could have used some of his infantry to screen the tank and stop the Bloodthirster from getting in and picking the tank up. And as you watch that Bloodthirster pick the tank up, and then picked another tank up, and then picked another tank up, and potentially the fact that he had to push into the midfield to hold those 4 central objectives meant that I was able to engage in melee significantly sooner than perhaps I would have been should I have gone second, should I have gone first myself. If I'd have gone first, I'd have had to push onto the objectives, and then he just shoots me piecemeal. I lose a couple of units that are holding objectives that are quick, and that then rinse and repeats, and perhaps that made a massive difference. So we know that when 9th edition launched, we thought that the player who went first had far too many advantages, and the main one being that in turn 5, the player who went second didn't really have an opportunity to score. And that's why now the player that goes second scores at the end of battle round 5. Still scores in their command phase for battle rounds 1 to 4, but in battle round 5, they still score at the end of their command phase, because we did decide that the first player had 4 turns of scoring primaries at least, and player 2 only really had 3 turns of scoring primaries. However, potentially now the balance has to some extent swung in player 2's favour, because you can be more reactive rather than trying to guess what your opponent might want to do or trying to force your opponent to do certain things. So that's the sort of backstory as to why I'm talking about it. Now, I would suggest that quite often, with the exception of weathering a first turn of firepower, which you can, with a well set up board, negate a lot of with obscuring terrain and cover, etc. And not just obscuring, but dense cover giving -1 to hit and all that kind of stuff. If you can do that well, which I think we showcased on Saturday, because Steve might have helped me a little bit with deployment, going, just touch that and do it. So if that's the case, and you can screen and you can use obscuring and you can use dense cover, then logically, if you can weather that first turn of firepower, which is basically the first player's biggest advantage, then you can react to what your opponent's doing in terms of reacting to the objectives that they've pushed on to stop them from scoring the secondaries that they've started to score. For example, I knew every turn how many units he'd killed for grind them down. I knew how many he'd killed for grind them down. I knew how many I then had to kill to stop him from scoring grind me down, for example. I knew which objectives he was pushing up to, and I could make decisions as to whether I wanted to engage on that objective and remove objective secured models, or whether I wanted to go and push onto other objectives that perhaps he hadn't covered too well. I knew with the placement of his tanks that my Bloodthirster could leap over and engage a tank in turn 1. So there was lots of decisions I could make simply because he got first turn. Now, don't get me wrong. He could have had a significantly stronger shooting phase turn 1. This goes for every game as well, by the way. This isn't just specifically Saturday. It's just a Saturday showcase that, and it's on this channel. So if you haven't watched it yet, you can go and watch it back. We keep the video up for battle reports, and in the future, any other battle reports we do, we'll be keeping the videos up so you guys can watch it. And I've been working on some more technology over the last 2 days. I can Apple Pencil overlays on the screen and stuff now. Steve's going to love it when he gets to do his analysis, and he can now use his little Apple Pencil to draw arrows, like match the day type analysis. But this is true of any game. His firepower could have gone, his shooting phase could have gone significantly differently turn 1. He could have dropped a couple of big models. I could have poorly deployed and really not weathered that storm. And if that had been the case, perhaps that guy. Do you know what? I don't think his list was that bad. He's getting abused for taking 5 tanks. I don't think his list was that bad. He screens against that main Bloodthirster, or doesn't allow me the charge range against that main Bloodthirster turn 1, right? And then I leap over, because there's no point me holding back. I leap over into the middle of the board, and he flattens it turn 2. I would have struggled to pick 4 tanks up. I would have struggled to pick 4 tanks up. As it was, he didn't screen, and he fed me a tank, and then I picked tanks up. Probably should have done spoiler alerts right before we start this. But so that's what happened. I'm super interested to see what chat thinks. Does chat think that going first is still super powerful? Does chat think that going second has its benefits? Let me know. I'm trying not to do a 20-minute this is what I'm thinking now, or 30 minutes what I'm thinking. I'm trying to do like a 10-minute this is what I'm thinking, and then you guys talk to me about what you think and what's going on. So yeah, what do you guys think? I'm going to jump into chat in a minute. Don't forget, if you want to guarantee, do you know what I've done? I've really copied Sam. He's going to get pissed off. Super chats now get read out by a bot like his do, just because he does it. And I said, I'm going to copy you. It was, nah, fuck off. I'm going to copy you. Nah, don't do that. So I did. Just because I could. No other reason. So if you definitely want your question read out, then you can super chat it in. And also, I've chucked a couple of extra commands in, so you can ! member now to become a channel member, and you can ! Discord to join Discord. If you join Discord and you're not a member, when you log out, it will boot you. If you join Discord and you are a member, once it assigns your membership role in Discord, and you have to make sure your YouTube's linked, then once your name changes colour to green or blue or whatever rank you've picked, and you log out, then you'll still have access to Discord. So we've put those 2 new commands in there. And if you have jumped across potentially from Twitch or something, you probably noticed from Twitch, if you were there a minute ago, I wasn't on Twitch tonight. I've picked you, YouTube. I've picked you to be my favourites. You're my favourites. Don't tell the Twitch crowd. They won't know. They're still sat in Twitch. But in seriousness, I did a load of research about channel growth and etc. Because I'm trying to take this really very seriously and get out the factory as soon as I can. And it says focus on a single platform. My biggest audience is on YouTube. It makes sense to pick you guys. It makes sense to pick YouTube. And actually, now I've set it up as a pure YouTube stream, I can see so much more of what's going on as well, which is really, really good. So, and it meant I was able to work on things like, so we have do you want to see something? We have a goal. We have an impressive goal now. We have a sub goal. Do you want to see how ballsy I've gone? The road to 100k. I mean, I've set it to end of December 2022. We've got the road to 100k subs because that's the silver YouTube button. There. Good, isn't it? We've done that. So that's cool. Anyway, right, into chat. Everyone's saying hello and welcoming, which is great. Really, really good. I've always preferred go second in any games. Reactive gaming is better. I think it is in terms of tactics and techniques, absolutely. First or second depends on army composition and mission being played. That's true. I guess that does depend on army, especially like melee. I don't want to be pushing out if I haven't got targets.
I hope he hears it first.
It worked. She actually said it out to me. There we go. Did you guys hear it as well? I think I've turned it on so you guys can hear it as well. Let me know if it's heard. Let me know if you heard it. That makes sense? Yeah, I think that makes sense. Huge thank you, Roman Wargamer, for the sub for the super chat. You absolute legend. Yes, I did hear it. You are, in fact, the first to be read out by that gorgeous American accent, right? Going first seems like a handicap now. I kind of agree. I still think that on the whole, I want second turn because it's easier for me to react. And I think it makes it easier for me to pick where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to focus on. And it also gives me that opportunity to either score my secondaries or also focus on my opponent not scoring theirs, which is interesting. If there's a good opportunity for Alpha Strike, then first. Otherwise, being able to react has a lot of weight to it. Yeah, and the fact that on turn 5 now you can move before you score rather than relying on. So actually, if you think about it, predominantly even for player 1, for first turn player, you're scoring at the end of your command phase. So if your opponent knows that turn 1 you move on to your objectives, opponent's turn 1 then blows you off your objectives, your command phase you can't score. That happens for every command phase until you get to the end of the game, and at the end of the game player 2 has a movement phase before he scores, which is really powerful, right? Really, really powerful. Yay, YouTube for the win. Pick the worst option. Brilliant. Jonathan De Silva, massive shout out to Jonathan De Silva in YouTube. He's a legend. So John is still in the forces currently, and when Valrak came down to stream on Saturday, his granddad visited his old barracks, which happens to be where Jonathan is based, and he took him on a tour of those barracks as a, why not? I'll help you out. I'll show you around. What a legend. Thank you so much for offering to do that. You're an absolute hero. He came and found me. Varak's granddad came and found me whilst I was taking Varak out for dinner, and I had to take him for dinner. You need to buy someone dinner. I mean, normally you do it before you fuck them. I had to do it after. And he came and found me and said thank you. So... Pick the wrong platform for streaming, but whatever. How? YouTube streaming is really good now. YouTube streaming is really strong now. And super chats. The other thing with YouTube streaming, right? This is straight up as well. The other thing with YouTube streaming is YouTube takes less of a cut off of things like memberships and subscriptions and super chats and donations than Twitch does. YouTube takes 30%. Twitch takes 60%. So in terms of the road to getting out the factory, YouTube definitely makes sense. I'd love to see you go full time. Cheers, Inquisitive X. I would love to as well, but it's a long road. We're getting there though slowly. Going first equals guessing and proactive, while going second equals relative and better unit placement. Agree, 100%. Stuff subs, you want 100 grand. Gas, you're right. You are right. Hit the like button. It helps people find the channel. Does it? Is that true? If you hit the like button, does it help people find the channel? Okay, everyone heard it, which is great. Paul Fisher says, will you still have the Twitch live for the monthly sub? I've killed it, I'm afraid. It just made sense. She was a bit quiet, so we need to turn her up, do we? So I didn't want the desktop audio to blow your fucking ears out. So I had it really low. So when people super chat, it doesn't blow your eardrums. Okay, so I'll turn it up a little bit. And each time someone super chats, which might not happen again tonight, so you'll have to be patient. But each time someone super chats, let me know if it is loud or too loud or whatever. Tom says it's too quiet, so we've turned it up a bit because we need to make sure people can hear her. And equally, actually, loads of people watched the game back and went, oh, the audio was really terrible when I couldn't hear it at all on my phone. And I watched it on my iPhone and I was like, well, fucking buy a new phone because I can hear it fine and I'm on half volume. Fucking cheapskates. Same with the shooting army, having first turn but nothing to shoot at. Agree. Absolutely. Should have had me do the voiceover. Ryan, we can organise that, but I don't know how it works because you have to be able to say every single word in the dictionary in case someone super chats. I couldn't hear it very well, a little quiet, so we've turned it up. We'll see if it works if someone super chats again. Toughness 3, 4 plus or 5 plus save armies, I imagine struggle more going second with the amount of firepower out there that gives them no save. 100%, which is, I mean, the only reason why the demons benefit there, right, is because they have a 5-up invulnerable save. So because they have that 5-up invert, and it doesn't matter on the AP of weapons, especially when you've got Devastator Doctrine and Tactical Doctrine and all that nonsense, because they just get that flat 5-up no matter what. Toughness 3 does struggle, especially if you've got hordes of Admech, for example, because you need to, you're going to struggle to fit them all in cover and put them all in obscuring, which is going to be difficult, but then you shouldn't take hordes of fucking Admech. It's your own fault. VTTO Kylo says, don't fear, I'm here. I'd be lost without you, Kylo. I'd be absolutely lost without you. Kylo, I'm playing on stream tomorrow night. If you guys don't know, tomorrow night I am playing on the Vanguard Tactics live stream at 7 o'clock versus Jake. Jake's bringing a metric fucking shit ton of Eldar Harlequins, and I'm taking my Necron list that I ran at a tournament just because I know it. And I'm mildly concerned that after spanking Valrak, I'm also going to then, on stream, get my pants pulled down. So, we'll see. Did you see the FAQ that made the Be'lakor army not really work? I did. Why do that? I don't understand some of... Did you see that they released the rules for a Flamer today and then instantly had to FAQ those rules? When they initially released those rules for that Flamer today, it was 2 damage. And then within minutes, they FAQ'd it down to 1 damage. The quality control.
Testing 1, 2, 3. testing, lol.
Legend. Gavesa Webb, thank you very much for the super chat. Yeah, that's let me know, is that louder or was it not louder, or is it better or is it worse or is it still the same? I did turn it up, I promise. I'm just edging it up slowly because I have a tendency to blow people's fucking ears out, so I have to be very, very careful what I do. So yeah, I saw what they did. I saw the fact that 2 damage Flamers came out and then they fucking switched it to 1 damage within an hour. It's just not great, is it? And then there's also, have you seen today that there's been people asking questions about Warhammer Plus? And I'll go on record as to saying, right, I'm going to be subbing to Plus because I want to see what's going on. I already pay for the 40k app. I already pay for the AOS app. It's £2 extra for me. I want to see what's going on. Also, now, suddenly, apparently this was super secret and no one was ever going to be told about it until now. But now, if you sub to Warhammer Plus, you get a £10 voucher and it costs you £5 to sub. So even if it's shocking, I've made £5. So I'm going to give it a go, just have a look. And I guess that's probably their way of going, look, senior management is super popular. Look how many people subbed on day one. Anyway, by the by, they've been putting some communications out there. People have been asking questions saying, can I get access to all the content from day one? And the response has been, and this is a bit, I mean, they said this to us on the preview, the behind the scenes preview on Thursday. No, not all of the content will be available in every country, but they're still charging you that same money. So they said to a lot of people, you won't get the animations, CGI, etc. for Warhammer Plus in certain countries. I think France is one of them even. Well, what are you fucking paying for then? Then you're just paying more money for the apps that you're already paying for. Doesn't seem to make sense. Carlos says he can't wait for the stream tomorrow. What a legend. I know you can't function without me. No, I can't. I need you here all the time. Valrak Raid. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is he here now, is he? As long as he doesn't comment, we'll be all right. Inquisitive X, I have a question, Liam. Why don't you use more deep strike summoning in your last game? I thought that was a good way to hide a few units for... I mean, if I was playing someone... if I was playing someone confident, maybe I'd have done that. But because he doesn't have a fucking clue what he was doing, I thought I'd just go for target saturation. And I, the only model I really made easy to shoot was Scarbrand, and he did. So Valrak is salty as fuck. Yeah, he is. Do you know what? Genuinely, if you are in the chat to Master Valrak, genuinely, it was an absolute pleasure having you down and playing. And in all seriousness as well, right? I'm going to speak just very, very briefly, very, very, very briefly for a moment. I'm going to say he has helped me tons over the last month with shout-outs, with telling people to come and raid streams, with subs. I haven't asked for any of it. And I genuinely am thankful to him for it because he doesn't have to. He could just be an arsehole, which he is, but he does do it, and I'm so grateful. He's such a legend for it, so thank you so much for all the help.
Or oral to a plague marine.
Oh, do I have to choose? Bummed by an orc or oral to a plague marine? That's a tough one. I'd probably... I mean, I spent 10 years in the army. I've probably done worse than oral to a plague marine, so I'd probably have to pick that one. Arc Royal, you're getting Warhammer Plus. Well, that's me subscribing to you. I couldn't find anyone on YouTube that would be discussing it. Valrak has pussied out of it. I get his stance.
Yes, Liam. That's the spot, Liam.
Gareth, that's not the first time I've heard you say that. Yeah, I will. I'm going to give it a go. Like I said, even if it's just for a month, I think it'll be all right. I've also been speaking to Patrick Price a lot. Patrick Price is one of the presenters for Hammer Plus, so he's got the 40k battle report going online on Wednesday, and I'm genuinely interested to see if Games Workshop can step up to the plate as a major player in the battle report scene. And I would like to think they can, since it's their product, but we'll see. We'll see. I'd like to see if they can, because if they can, then it'll be interesting. And if they can, I honestly believe that it means that there'll be more exposure for channels like mine and for like Valrax and for all the others like Winters, etc.
Is a one-win streak a streak? Are you undefeated, Liam? Does that end tomorrow? Are you the new Valric? Taking many tanks, mate, or objectives instead?
So I have called myself champion of the stream in Valrax Discord. I'm mildly fearful that Jake's going to absolutely pull my pants down tomorrow. So I think there's a strong possibility I'll change that name quite quickly, because I don't think I'm going to beat Jake. But I'm also not bold enough to say that I'm completely undefeated. I am on stream at the moment because I've played one game on stream. Well, actually, that's not true. I played a game on stream on deploymentzone.tv against Stephen Box, and Stephen Box did in fact beat me on stream, because that's behind a paywall. Most people can't see it though, right? So does that count? No, then I sound like Valrak. No, that counts. 50-50 right now, Steve, okay? But thank you so much for the super chat, you absolute legend. It's nicer that she reads it out for me. I feel like I've got like an assistant now, like a glamorous assistant. Ginger Steve, maybe we'll put you in a dress. Maybe you can be... my glamorous assistant. So apparently he's not in the chat, which is a shame, but it also means he can't hear me be nice to him, which is really, really good, which is great. So, okay, perfect. Because I don't want him to hear me be nice to him. Varak did a right better than I would have done. To be fair, I did most of it for him. I don't know if you guys watched. I showed him how to do a lot of it. Fucking idiot. But he, like I said, he was a pleasure. It was nice having him down. Then I took him out for steak, and he ate steak, and he was really uncomfortable with me paying for him. Bless him. But, you know. Killjoy Hex becoming a member. Absolute legend. If you want to also become a member, you can ! Member in the chat. This is one of the things I'm trying to do to push towards this full-time dream, and get to a point where I can do this frequently, every Monday and Friday, with games on Wednesdays. 3 times a week is the aim. 3 times a week is the aim. And how do I justify that to my wife? By this being full-time. So ! Member in the chat if you want to become a member, and then ! Discord once you've done that, as long as you connect your YouTube account to your Discord account and it recognises it. When you then log out of Discord, you will be staying in the Discord. If you don't have it linked and therefore it doesn't assign a role, when you log out of Discord, it'll just boot you straight back out the server. I think that's what it does. We'll see. The bot needs turning up. I can barely hear it. Right, up a little bit louder. So we're going up a bit louder again because the chat says so. We've pushed her up a little bit louder. We're slowly creeping up to loud now, okay? They need to just bring the White Dwarf bat reports back and leave the proper bat reps to... See, the other thing is, from what I gather from Patrick, is they're not going back into doing proper live. And if they do, it will only be like the old Warhammer Plus stuff anyway. And I personally think... Chat, tell me what you think. I personally think live streaming battle reports is the future of battle reports. In fact, since I've been involved with the Vanguard Tactics guys on Tuesdays doing those battle reports with them, I can't do normal battle reports anymore. I can't watch them. It's just not the same.
Liam is going to hit 100k before CSM gets second wound.
I don't know whether I should love that super chat or not. I feel like I want to call you an arsehole for that, to be honest. But I also want the 100k, so... we'll see. We'll see. I hope Games Workshop's battle reports are awesome, but they will never be as good as Winter's. I think the big risk with Games Workshop battle reports is they're going to be really conscious, right, that people can't... Oh, by the way, Squirrel Noobs, thank you so much for the super chat, you absolute legend. People are going to be conscious, or Games Workshop are going to be conscious that they can't make a mistake, right, because it's their product. And the other thing is, if they come across a janky rules interaction...
Since Valric is a lightweight and doesn't want my super chats, you can have them. How awesome is it GW built a custom battlefields for their reports?
So, Arc Royal, thank you so much for the super chat. That's one of the ways where they are going to step up and be better than some of the other channels out there. The fact that they can build custom terrain specifically for battle reports is just incredible. And it'll look amazing. The budget they have behind them is insane. They've got multiple cameras, which is really, really, really good and really, really impressive. So their battle reports are going to look really nice. But this is the problem. Can they be super relaxed? Can they tell someone like Chapter Master Valrak to fuck off? They can't. And who doesn't want to tell him to fuck off? Come on. If they come across a janky rules interaction and they decide to do it X, does that then become like an unofficial FAQ? Like a TO ruling? Super janky, some of these interactions that occur in the game, because there's just tons of rules and it's really hard to balance it all. And there's a real risk that people go, hang on a minute, on Warhammer TV or Warhammer Plus, they did it this way. That must be the way it's meant. But what if that's against the way the FA... It could be really messy. I also hope they're awesome, genuinely. I also hope they're awesome, but it could be really messy. Chaotic Kiwi Ops, got it? Nailed the name. I'm getting better with names, by the way, slowly. I love the battle between you and Valrak. It's so genuine. Cheers, brother. I was also in the New Zealand Army and basing my homebrew chapter first to fight off of the New Zealand Order of Battle. Absolute legend. And what a hero for being a... were you in or were in? I was also in, so, what a hero for being a veteran. I think the official 40k battle reports will be a disaster, just pushing new products and will be a cheese fest, which I think they kind of did in White Dwarf for a while. Do you guys think that they did that? For a little while in White Dwarf, I was like, oh, okay, the brand new Eldar are fighting. They're probably going to win. Oh, look, they did. Okay, that was interesting. Aussie, have we been detwitched? I didn't think anyone was going to bring it up. Yeah, I'm focusing on a single platform. Makes sense to focus on a single platform. It's what everyone's told me. It's what all the pros out there have told me. It's what the YouTube revenue is currently telling me. And actually, Varak said this on his stream earlier, right? If you don't put regular content on YouTube and you don't get good numbers, YouTube just kills your channel. And then you just don't show up anywhere. And then no one comes and finds you. And you just sit there. And then you start making clickbait titles like the last ever 40k show. We will inform him that you think he's the greatest thing since... Let's not inform him that, please. Play on Tabletop do some really, really good stuff. Play on Tabletop are top draw, non-live. And I've seen some of their live stuff. That's not even bad. But in terms of the way they edit their bat reps, top draw. Rich Beeden thinks edited bat reps are way better. I think it's the interaction, though, that I love more than the actual battle report piece. So for me, like my business partner, obviously for DZTV is Winters, ! DZTV in the chat for 7 days free trial. My business partner is Winters. He nails narrative. I can't do narrative like he does narratives, and I don't think I ever will be able to. And I don't think I want to. It's kind of his thing, and it's kind of his USP. Steve Box, who's the guy I do a lot of work with, nails competitive. And I can't ever do competitive like Steve Box. I don't think I want to, and that's his USP. So I want to find my place in the market, and I want to do something different to both Winters and both Steve Box. So I think the hang out with friends, drink beer, roll dice vibe is what I'm going for. And I think it's easy to get that vibe live because you're hanging out with a chat rather than do that pre-edited. And if you do that pre-edited and then uploaded, I don't think it's as easy to get it as close to hang out with your mates and have a laugh. I think it's harder, genuinely. So I think that kind of vibe lends itself more to live streaming on YouTube. And I'm kitting out my home studio, and it won't have the same number of 6 cameras we've got at the VT set up because the VT have got a massive studio and I've got a garage, single garage, not even a double garage. So I've not even got the space that Lawrence has got, single garage. But I'm working super hard to at least have a strong front camera, a strong top-down camera, and a strong dice camera. 3 of the 6 cameras we use at Vanguard Tactics are mine anyway. So I'm hoping that it will be enough to show off the game whilst also bantering with the chat and having a laugh and having a giggle and drinking some beer, and that's my plan. That's my plan. Winter's SEO Live will be loads of fun. Oh, I fully intend to get him on the live stream. So absolutely intend to get him on there because I think if I can get him down here for an evening and feed him with beer and get him on live stream, it would be hilarious. Liam, what do you think of the new Pyro Flamer? I found an alternate design that I sent you. I haven't seen that alternate design yet. I hate the way it looks, and the way that his hand is basically touching the heat guard just looks stupid. It's like someone in WhatsApp earlier said to me, it's like someone's found the stretch tool on Photoshop, and it's just fucking lazy designing. The rules looked really, really good when they were 2 damage, and that lasted a few seconds. I think the thing with battle reports is it's just 90% reliant on the presenters' personalities, and we all have preferences in that. They'll struggle, I think. Good point on the rules thing. Yeah, I think that's true. I think so. I have a theory about YouTube in general, and anyone who's a content creator and I fucking hate this word, or an influencer, and I'll have to put these there, although I hate these as well because I just hate the word influencer. But often I find that it's the personality that people like. It's the personality people tune in for, rather than the actual content. So people tend to come and find a channel for the content. So people will find YouTube channels for 40k. Oh, Liam Dempsey does 40k content. Let's see what he's like. And if they like the content, they like the video, they like the live stream, I'm going to sub and I'm going to stick around and I'm going to super chat and I might become a member. Or they find someone who they think is completely flat and they don't really engage with the person. They're going to go, actually, I'm going to go find someone else. So I think you find a channel for the content, and I think you then stay for the individual. I watch a ton of Peter McKinnon on YouTube. Peter McKinnon is a Canadian vlogger, I guess. And I found him because of some tutorials that I was trying to learn how to do certain things on Premiere Pro for editing and whatever. And I found Peter McKinnon. And I've watched videos with him doing shit that I just don't care about. Because it's Peter McKinnon and I like watching Peter McKinnon. That's the only reason why. Now, with Warhammer Plus, will those presenters be allowed to be those presenters? Are they allowed to be themselves? Or has it got to be highly polished, highly presented? Do you know what I mean? Like, it could be really wooden. And if you can't engage with the presenters, they may... I really want... Patrick's a lovely bloke. I really want it to be good and I really want them to do well. And I'm going to tune in on Wednesday and watch. I want it to be good. Definitely want it to be good. Mikey said it before, live is better for you, recorded is better for viewers. I think I'd probably agree with that, actually, to be honest with you. I think I'd probably agree with that. If you do the live really well and your presenter's on point, I think live can still be okay post for viewers. I think that I watched some of the Saturday's game back, mostly because I was reading through the chat. I think it was okay, and we were very lucky with 2 presenters at the desk, 2 players, and out of those 4 people, Jake's coming on leaps and bounds, but out of those 4 people, Steve's very used to being in front of the camera, so is Valrak, so am I. Made it really easy to keep talking to chat, etc. So that was, I think it's okay. It's a better vibe than corporate gaming for stream gaming, yeah, I agree. There's a lot of room for a more PG-13 version of Tabletop Titans. PG-13, is that worse or better? I've been watching a lot of Titans recently, actually. Plus, you can dip out of specific parts of conversations and make a YouTube video out of it. Yeah, true. Glacial Geek is really fun. He's very boisterous. And so someone's asked what's the best 40k battle report in America. Now, if you're talking about just USA, I don't really know many really good USA channels. I don't think. The standout ones for me clearly are Play on Tabletop Mini Wargaming and Play on just are leaps and bounds above everybody else. They're Canada, so they're North America strictly. Now I want to see a drunk 40k bat rep by you. I absolutely promise you that at some point I'll probably be hammered on stream playing 40k because it's in my garage, right? And I've put a fridge in there for beers. I don't know why I've just pointed straight at the camera. I put a fridge in the garage for beers, specifically for beers for streaming. Just saying, thinking, always thinking, one step ahead. I think live works well if you can match the vibe of the chats when a serious question is asked. Give tactical insight when a silly comment is made. Banter back, 100%. David, the Disco Lord, 100% agree with you. Absolute legend. Look at all these green names popping in. Love you guys. Love you guys. I prefer edited as it's less flabby experience, like cutting out a man with a giant head looking up while his tanks are different. So what you're saying is it's actually probably okay if the 2 players know their fucking rules. That flamer is terrible. Call it what it is. It's bad sculpting. Yeah. So I said this on my little video today. I'm trying to not be negative. I'm trying to be more positive. Because I feel like there's a ton of negativity around the hobby right now. And although I think that Games Workshop aren't necessarily making the best choices in the way in which they're communicating things and the things that they're doing, their actions that they're taking, it's still my hobby and I still love it. So I'm trying to bring some positivity back. I'm trying to be the positive person. Not say they're making great choices, because they're not, but not focus on that and actually just focus on the good. They're not making my life easy. They're not making my life easy. The live in the weekend was fun, but there were lags, especially when you were waiting for Varric to move, roll dice, decide what to shoot, how many shots he got. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. I apologise for him. He only gets out every now and again, and he didn't have his carer with him. So I'm a salty salamander for that Pyre Blaster Black Templar, I bet. But then are you salty for the model? You shouldn't be. Toys for the Toy God. Sometimes the personalities can really put you off. Sorry, Darren, don't come then. If you don't like it, don't come. It's what I did for Varag. By the way, your head is massive. Haralambis Dramutanis. I think I've said that right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Have you seen Play on Tabletop? Oh, that's responding to the American one. Yeah, cool. Liam, it's like an aquarium. They're all just fish that bob about, but if you like them, you could stare for days. Might just be called a fucking tropical fish. I think I have. I got recommended a video on laying a wooden fence. It was 30 minutes and I was hooked. Do you know? Have you ever watched those? Like, Facebook's terrible for this, right? Especially Facebook. If Facebook Watch hooks you, I'm there for hours, right? And you get things like people like jet washing patios or driveways, and I don't know why it's so satisfying. I know people that get hooked on like videos of people squeezing spots and stuff. Horrible. If it's anything like any, they release models every Games Workshop back rep is going to Space Marine against every army that's designed to get posted. Come on. Live can have technical issues though, can't it, Liam? You had to bring it up. You had to bring it up, didn't you? PG13Y. Will you go live Wednesday after Warhammer Plus launches and do a react to what people's thoughts are? So the idea for Wednesdays is it's supposed to be a live game. So Mondays is a structured stream, we'll call it, with a topic. Wednesday, this is where I'm trying to get to. Wednesdays is going to be live battles, live games, which are predominantly Crusade focused, with every now and again just a random battle thrown in, just for good measure, because why not? Keep it fresh, keep it interesting. And Fridays will be impromptu, just come and talk to chat and chat bollocks with you guys. That's the idea. That's my premise. And then once a month at least, maybe twice a month, a Saturday game that will be live on deploymentzone.tv as well. That's the concept, because on Tuesdays I'm also with Steve filming or streaming for Vanguard Tactics. On Thursdays I do the Endless Cacophony podcast with Chris. And I've still got a Monday to Friday job at the same time at the moment. Just saying. Nights at the Game Table was good once, but not watched them for a while, actually. I've seen them before, actually. They were quite good. Get Drunk and Val might stand a chance. You underestimate how bad he is with his own army. USA Battle Reports do my head in. It's too loud. Are they? Turn your volume down. Most of the bat reps I see...
I'm on holiday and I am loving time by the med, drinking and having fun. Been super positive for days. That flamer pissed me off and I play Templars.
Is she loud enough now, chat? Is she loud enough? Thank you so much for the super chat, Ginger Steve, you absolute legend. I love the fact that you're chucking money at me whilst you're on holiday. I'm like your Mediterranean stripper. Should I take my t-shirt off? Should I show you some skin? Just show you some skin for super chats. The only thing I have against live 40k is the movement phase is boring as fuck to watch. So you're 100% right. You're 100% right. So that's why I can't show you right now because I haven't got it set up. That's why with VT, what we do when we hit the movement phase, we go to top down, we go through all the super chats, and then what I've done is I've now hooked up the iPad to OBS, which is my streaming software. And what I can do now is I can actually have Apple Pencil analysis on screen. So you can sort of draw arrows and show people what's going on. And I think if we can do that as well, so we can start to explain to chat what's going on, etc., 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 then that could make it more interesting and more insightful. So that's specifically key for things like Vanguard Tactics streams, where they heavily focus on tactics and heavily focused on like the competitive side. For me, I probably won't do that when I'm streaming, simply because no one gives a fuck about what I think for the game. So I'll just abuse you lot. That's it. That's it. Gaming in your garage and beer, I'll be there, mate. Legend. Make sure you're there. Tom says, drunk 40k, you should neck a drink every time you get X amount in super chats. No. You'll fucking kill me. Speaking of streams, will you be at the kill stream on Vanguard Tactics? Is this next weekend? So I don't know when the kill stream is. I think it's Thursday and Friday, but no. Kill team's not my thing at the moment. Not because I don't want it to be my thing. I just don't have the time to do kill team. But secondly, Thursday night, I think they're doing on Friday night. So Thursday night will be Endless Cacophony podcast at DZTV. And then Friday night, possibly, I'll be back on here chatting to you guys. I am just copying Valrak's model, but being nicer than him. Killjoy Hex, I really appreciate you and Val trying to be positive. We had a chat about it, actually, off camera on WhatsApp. I think we spoke about it at the pub on Saturday as well. It's really easy. It's really easy to be negative about Games Workshop at the moment, I think. I think it's really, really easy to be negative about them. And they make it easy, right? I get it. They make choices that make it easy. So it's not like it's not necessarily deserved, but this is still my hobby. And I'd like to think that to all you guys sat in the chat right now, taking the time to sit and listen to a fucking fat bearded man ramble, it's still your hobby. So it kind of makes sense to be positive about it and try and find the positives. So there's a ton of negatives. And if I don't like something that I'm reviewing, I've always said I'll give an honest opinion, and I will. And it will be an honest opinion about what I don't like and why I don't like it. But on the whole, I'm not going to slam them for the sake of slamming them. If they do something negative, and people ask about it, I'll talk about it. But otherwise, I'm just not going to bring it up. I'm going to talk about the positives. Positives, for example, Black Templars are clearly getting more models, which is really, really cool. Negatives, I designed it fucking stupidly, but they're getting new models. So there's a positive right there. Same as Warhammer Plus. Hammer and Bolter, I watched the preview on Thursday when they gave us the live behind-the-scenes preview. It's not my cup of tea. I thought the voice acting was pretty good. I thought the soundtrack on the whole was pretty good. I didn't love it, but I'm still excited about Warhammer Plus. I'm still excited about the CGI animations. I'm still excited about a lot of what's coming to Warhammer Plus, and I'm hoping it can be really good. And I will be taking the pledge in the hope that it's really good. So I'm going to try and keep being positive. And if it's not, I just won't cover it, and we'll talk about other stuff, and we'll do games, and we'll chat to you guys, and we'll have a laugh. And that's what more do you want, right? What more do you want? I got to do one game, one Jaeger shot every time a unit dies, but play pure infantry guard. Oh God, that sounds amazing and horrendous at the same time. I got hooked on chiropractor vids. I've seen those. I've seen people cracking necks and stuff. Yes, clean that grime, get out of here, Nurgle. Brilliant. Volume is good. So apparently the sexy lady reads out super chats is now good. That's brilliant. Keep the sleeves on, no more vest. But John was upset that I didn't have a vest. I can't win. I feel like I need a half and half. And you just pick the half you watch.
Thumbs up Liam's stream for metrics.
Thank you very much, Raymond Wargamer, for the super chat. You absolute legend. 70 likes, though. That worked. The second you said that, it went up by 1. Thank you so much. Absolute heroes. It does help. Like, genuinely subscribing helps. Liking helps. Super chatting definitely helps. Becoming a member massively helps. So all of you that are helping me get there, I love you all. Thank you so much. It genuinely means tons and tons and tons. Gaz Boris says, I will pay you not to show skin. You've seen it all anyway, Gaz, I think. Night at the game table used to be good. Change people now, not as retaining. Okay, cool. I really love watching Nick, John and Richard from Art of War, but not sure if that counts as the channel being a North American channel. I've heard good things about Art of War. I saw some people on YouTube on the competitive, not YouTube, on Facebook on the competitive 40k page recently talking about Art of War. So you might just draw a knob on it. I definitely will draw a knob on it. I'm going to do when the first Vanguard. So if Steve's playing the first Vanguard Tactics stream that I can just draw some. He should go round here and he should probably go up here because Steve won't be able to see it. So how much for you to finish the stream sans shirt? No one needs to see it. No one needs to see it. You can hate the company but love the product. You can. Do you know what? I don't even hate the company. I think they're making bad calls and bad choices. But
I feel so bad about calling your head massive. I had to pay for a super chat to say sorry. Stay positive. It's the correct way to go.
Thank you so much for the €5 super chat. No one has to super chat though. But thank you so much. It means loads. And don't worry, my nickname in the army. So when I turned up in the army, there was a staff sergeant already there who was nicknamed Cowhead because he had a massive head. That was his nickname. And then I turned up, and I also have a rather large bonnet. And so my nickname, Cowhead, was already taken. So my nickname was Calfhead because I clearly was son of Cowhead. And that was what I was called for 10 years in the army, was Calfhead. So you're not the first one to notice it. Don't worry about it. But thank you so much for the super chat, you absolute legend. Thank you. I like the Orc episode. I feel it's a good step up to introduce the main characters, or a good setup to introduce the main characters. Yeah, like I said, like that cartoony style, like it's not my style. It doesn't mean it's not for everybody. And do you know what I really hate is the I think it's crap, so you should think it's crap attitude that exists to some people sort of behave around that kind of thing. Or I think it's good, so you should think it's good. Why can't we live in a world where I think it's bad and you think it's good? Cool. That's it. That's how it should be. I like chaos, you don't. Cool. Okay, sweet. I like Apple, you like Android. Okay, cool. Why can't we live in that world? Why can't we live in that world? That would be amazing. And the only time we ever pick on anybody is if they like Imperial Fists. That seems a pretty popular opinion about Bolt and Chainsaw. Good voice acting and story, but dodgy animation. Again, I think it's just the style, and it's the style that I don't like. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Wear a knitted sweater vest. I definitely need to do that. Honest reviews of what I'm after. Salt for salt's sake just turns me off 100%. And I've done this, so I've done this with... Like, for example, the Warzone Charadon or Caradon books, whichever your preference is. Warzone Charadon, I don't like Day 1 DLC. I think that's super negative, and I will honestly say I don't think they should do that, and that's bad. However, what I did also say is I was a big fan of the campaign stuff, having a campaign master, going almost a little bit down the D&D route in terms of managing the campaign, and putting a lot of that detail in the book to help those campaign masters and give them options. I was super positive about that. I genuinely thought it was really, really good, and I suggested that actually I'd buy books for that content alone. I just wasn't a fan of the Day 1 DLC stuff, and that's the key. I'm not saying, oh, they're a pack of wankers and no one should ever buy the book and get rid of it. I was simply saying, this is me, this is my opinion. I don't like this, but I do like this, and I think that's the way to do a review. But it was honest. You know, I'm always going to be honest. I liked this one up by 15. Legends, aren't you good? Aren't you good to me? I don't think it was that bad.
If your nickname wasn't Forrest Gump from that beardless picture, it's 'cause you couldn't run fast or catch shrimp. Keep the beard. The alternative is bad.
I showed everyone on Friday night the beardless me. It was not a popular... Do you know what? I nearly shaved all my hair off today just because I'm impulsive and I do things like that. And I didn't. But I nearly did. But I showed everyone on Friday my non-bearded face, and I think I scared people off. I think members dropped by like 20. What was your beret size? Jonathan De Silva, what was your beret size? So if you're in the UK Armed Forces, you know what this is about to mean. 60. Son of Coward, yeah, that was my name. Don't forget Chingate. We're not going to... Yes, you were car-fed. Love you. Thanks, Gaz. Liam, the car-fed son of Coward, first of his name. This isn't going to go now, is it? This is not going to happy. It's not going to... I'm not going to be happy. It's not going to disappear ever. What the fuck is going on with the concurrent viewer numbers? It's all over the place. I got loads of stuff I can see now because it's all YouTube. It's amazing. You've literally saved my life through an awful time in my life. Thank you, Josh Parry, mate. Any time at all. And if anyone ever struggles, hit up Instagram, Facebook, Discord. Just come and chat to me. Whether you remember or not, I don't care, and I will talk to people. More than happy to talk to people, especially if you're struggling. Never struggle quietly. Always, always, always find someone to talk to, even if it's me. Was good storytelling, but I think they should have shown CGI like Astartes. I think that considering this is the thing again. I don't think that it was necessarily a bad animation, but when you're going to use it to showcase Warhammer Plus, just give us your fucking best and pull people in. Just pull people in. Would be nice, but oh, by the way, Ginger Steve, thank you so much for the super chat. Clearly as well, you fucking legend. Even if you're being horrible to me. I feel like, do you know what? I feel like that's what YouTube Super Chats are. YouTube Super Chats are people's ways to legitimately troll. It's what I do to Valrak. So it's fine. Would be nice, but all of mankind has revolved around making people agree with your view, unfortunately. Not here, not this guy. You tell me that you liked Hammer and Bolt and you loved it? Cool. You tell me that you like Tau? Okay. Too many people are too quick to hate or love something. Has to be an extreme or nothing else. Do you know, I've seen things like... I've seen people Xbox versus PlayStation, Android versus iPhone. I see the way fucking football fans or soccer fans, the Americans in this country, act, and I think, what are you doing? How can you behave that way and think that's acceptable? It's a brand of a phone or a type of console. Who cares? I don't care. I just don't understand why people just can't treat people like people. That's it. I don't care your race, religion, creed, sexual orientation, background. I don't care who you are, where you come from. If you want to stand the other side of me and play 40k and roll dice, I am down. I don't give a shit what your phone make is. I don't care what football team you support. I don't care what brands of clothing you're wearing. I don't care. You want to play 40k? I'm there. That's what I'm doing. I'm here for you. I picked one up because of your review. What was that for? Oh, Warzone carried on. Play GSC. Go second is good for you. Going first is bad for them. Sandman played GSC at a tournament this last weekend and went 4-1 with GSC.
The art style was fine. I found the story to be a boring retelling. The animation itself wasn't great. Also, I have a huge Tau collection lol.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Big Red Bear. You absolute legend. Big Red Bear used to be a massive Valrak fan and has just realised the error of his ways and come to this stream instead. You can have Tao. That's fine. I thought the story was okay. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was amazing and compelling, but I thought it was okay. It's hard. I think it's hard to pick it up from a single episode. Is the downside there? Again, right. So, chat. Tell me what you think. Any of the Astartes episodes that went on YouTube up until this point, if nobody had ever seen those before, but you'd have used one of those for the preview for Warhammer Plus, 100 times better than what they've shown? I think so. Diamond, I watched it, thought it was crap. It's a step up from Warhammer Adventures. But yeah, okay, there you go. See, he thinks it's crap. I wasn't a fan. Groupthink is dangerous, 100%. I'm a big fan of let people like things. Yeah, exactly. Life's too short. Life's too short to tell people what they should and shouldn't do. Just fucking do whatever you want and enjoy yourself. And if people around you starts to not let you or start to comment on the way you're enjoying yourself, then they're the sort of people that you probably shouldn't have around you, is my thought. If you're doing something that makes you happy, that you enjoy, that you like, whatever it might be, and someone says you shouldn't be doing that or you shouldn't like that, then they're probably not the sort of people that you should have near you, is what I'm saying, okay? People do this as car brands, absolutely. Human tribalism is a thing, shame. The animation was all right. I want the Blood Angels one more. I'm hyped for the Blood Angels one. A year subscription costs less than taking the missus and kid to the cinema, and I get the best assassin model they've ever made. Do you think that assassin model was going to be playable, though? Like, is it just impractical? Is it just a centerpiece for a shelf? Interesting. My problem with iPhones is that they are a scam. They treat something as mundane as a headphone jack as a feature they can charge you hundreds of dollars for. That's straight theft. I have been an Apple, iPhone, iPad user forever, and I lost the headphone jack, and I don't care. And I have AirPod Pros. Don't need a headphone jack when everything's wireless. But you're entitled to your opinion, 100%. And if that's why you don't like them and you won't touch them, don't touch them. And I'm going to see you with your Android phone or whatever phone you've got and go, cool, don't care. I got a PS5 and Series X like a filthy boy. How did you get a PS5 and a Series? Warhammer community told me it was wrong because Vermintide isn't as good as PC. Okay. Fucking really. Still the little sips. I need the little sips. Although I have got a can of Coke Cherry. Other brands are available. Liam Dempsey, I play Orcs, Guard and Tau mostly, sprinkled with some Marines. 2 of my main factions were in that. I found it personally boring, which is the biggest crime. That's a shame. That's a shame that you found it boring when your 2 main factions are in it as well. That's not a great place to be, right? It's people agreeing that an episode of Astartes would have been better, but the other half would complain they've seen it before. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you hadn't seen it before, right? If you hadn't seen that before, then maybe something like that would have... And Gaz is saying, better yes, but maybe expectations are too high and not sustainable. And again, that's a risk. So you need to be confident in the rest of your product to do that, right? So you need to be confident that everything else that's coming out Wednesday upon then Wednesday afternoon afterwards can keep up with it. And you'd like to think since they've brought the person from Astartes on board, then perhaps yes. But I feel like the impression that I've got from the community on the whole is that the Hammer and Bolter release on Saturday has actually made a fair few people go, I'm not interested. I've lost it. I was on the fence and now I've lost interest and I'm not bothered. And if you'd have released something like Astartes or the Blood Angels one that they're working on, which I'm super hyped for, maybe they would have swung the other way and gone, actually, I'm in. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I have a sinking suspicion that the sudden announcement that if you subscribe in August, you get a £10 voucher was not planned all along. I don't know about what you guys think, but I think that's reactive. I think that's going, we've got a lot of negative polls out there. We've got a lot of people that are saying they're not going to subscribe. So we're going to offer you a £10 voucher just to join the channel, which costs you £5. I hope that's not the case. Genuinely hope that's not the case. But I do have a sneaking suspicion that that's what they've done. And if that's the case, that shows that maybe they're panicking a little bit. We'll see. That's dangerous talk, Liam. Some people may take that too far. Fair. Okay, fair. Berry size 60, it's all those Reamy brains in there. So if you don't know what Reamy is, I was in the Corps of the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers, and I was an aircraft engineer working on Apache attack helicopters. So massive brain, clearly. Right? Gaz, don't say a word. Not a word. Who cares if it's playable? Buy a load and play a game of narrative against Val to kill the chapter master. He says that because he didn't bring the chapter master, he didn't strictly lose. In fact, he says a lot of things, and that's why he didn't strictly lose, which... Where's the beer? You're on holiday. So I'm on holiday from my normal job with Rolls-Royce. I'm not on holiday. I spent today changing stream stuff so that YouTube works, and I can show you my road to 100k. And I can also show you my members goal for August, which you guys have smashed. ! Member in the chat if you want to become a member. Everyone should become a member. Come join the Discord. So I've done some of that stuff. We had some stream failings on Friday. I've tidied some of those bits up, fixed some of my Stream Deck stuff, which has been quite good. What else did I do? Did some more stuff in the studio. I've just got to add a single top-down camera for Dice now, and then that's ready to go pretty much. I think I'm there. I think I'm pretty much ready to start streaming on Wednesdays for games, which is good. Tomorrow and Wednesday at least, if not also Thursday, I'm going to be spending the days with Steve Box doing some filming. We're doing a Learn to Play 40k series for people that don't know what they're doing. So, you know, there's lots of work still going on. I'm on holiday, but I'm not on holiday. If you're in this job and you're in a transition from full-time work to full-time 40k, then genuinely you just don't get time off. I remember speaking to Lawrence about this years ago from Tabletop Tactics, and I was just getting into the YouTube game at the time, and then it was not long after I got into the YouTube game, and we were starting to build Deployment Zone.tv, and I was chatting to Lawrence about what we were doing and the idea we were doing and what have you, because I thought, you know what, I'll give him a heads up that we're going to be entering this market space as well, and we spoke to him about, you know, we're doing narrative, and it's a bit different to what you do, etc., etc. And he was talking to me about how much time it takes in his week, because it wasn't too long after that, I think, that he went full time. And I was like, sounds a bit extreme. He was not wrong. He was not wrong. It's disgustingly busy. I just don't stop. But I'm not moaning. I love this. So don't think that's a complaint. I adore this. We've been going for an hour. I guarantee you I will comfortably sit here for another hour as long as there's a super chat every 5 minutes. No, I'm joking. I'm just happy to talk to you guys. Big Red Bear. I think Games Workshop is confident they have a captured market. I had a horde of people assail me for saying Games Workshop's dice were too expensive. They have a lot of people jumping on board. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think sometimes that's a negative for them, because I think maybe that skews their view of what's going on. Having said that, I know for a fact that they have noticed a lot of negativity going on lately. I know that for a fact. That's not rumour, that's a fact. They've noticed a lot of negativity going on lately. They're conscious of it, they're aware of it. Which is a good thing, right? Because they hopefully will take that on board and do something about it. I still think they're still learning. And I still think that a lot of the mistakes they make are genuine mistakes rather than we're trying to screw our audience over. And I know they make a lot of them, but who doesn't? They're still learning. They've erupted. They're still not a big company. Financially, yes, but they're still not a huge company in Nottingham. I don't know. It's my hobby, and I want to defend it because I love it. I won't defend some of the things they do. I just won't be super negative about it, and we'll see what happens. I think I've watched Astartes 3 maybe 50 plus times, and I'm still amazed by what he did. If he did the Kill Team one, you can see how Games Workshop's timeframes have already affected his quality level. I thought it was really good. I haven't watched it. I've watched it once, but I thought it was really, really good. I think if it was reactive, they need to do something for the community after the bad press. I think they need a statement, right? I think they need to come out and say, this is what's been going on, this is what's been happening. I reckon we don't know all the truths. I bet we don't know everything that's actually been going on. So... yes, seems to look that way to suddenly announce it. Yeah, I think, and they sold it like a, hey, you bet you didn't know this was coming. Bet you fucking didn't know either. It was a practice game as well as basically a pre-season game, which doesn't count to the league. Okay, foul right, yeah. Fabius Bile using ! member, and then it says, love the stream, want to become a member. Well, actually it says, want to abuse me more, think about becoming a member. So, you know. Ginger Steve, they need this to be a success for the board and shareholders, so senior managers are throwing money at the launch to make it a success and then hide it by the end of the year. Typical management technique, right? Do you know what? I think it'll be a success anyway. Rigged for your pleasure. What a great name. Thoughts on word bearers having not one single model? Weird, no? Super weird. Word bearers are like pivotal for the narrative for 40k, and they don't have the love that Death Guard Thousand Sons have got. I'd love to see I'd actually like to see a word bearers codex that really breaks down those barriers as well between CSM and demons. Allows you to do some proper souping, because that'd be cool. And narrative, and I like narrative stuff. Valrak is already looking at joining that How to Play 40k stream. I think I need to be a YouTuber. My job is already on shaky ground. Do it. Take the leap. Give it a go. And if you want any help, reach out to me, and if I can help you, I'll help you. There's a lot of people that have said to me in the past, I'm thinking about doing this, and I'm like, okay, go for it. Send me links. There's a couple that I'm still waiting. One guy's sent me a link to something that he's created. I haven't yet watched it, but I will give it a watch sometime this week. If you're not sure, take the leap. Worst case scenario, right? No one watches it. At least you've had a go. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, you really enjoy it. You start to take off. You actually start to make some fucking money off of this. I warn you, don't expect to make lots of money off of being a YouTuber, because at the moment, at our levels in 40k, it's just not a lot. We literally rely on super chats and memberships, because ad revenue is fucking shocking. We could talk about that if you want to. It's not great. Big Red Bear, why would you stop? Why would you sleep? Get back to work. I know. I'm sorry. Why? Can you see these eyes? Do they look like eyes that sleep? Do they look like eyes that sleep? I think I made my lowest membership level too small. I can't change it now. So you basically do 2 jobs until you can transition completely. Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what I'm doing. Well, strictly 3, because I also do the DZ stuff. So DZ, YouTube, and my main job, which is a big job as well. So that's a lot of work, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We'll get there. I'm happy we'll get there. You don't make mistakes. Farrak learned that the hard way. I did make... He's not here, so we can talk about this. I did make a mistake. I only noticed it when I watched it back. And in turns 2 and I think turns 4, I fired blast weapons, and I counted them as minimum 3 when targeting a unit of 5. Very naughty. Shouldn't have done that at all. Very naughty. Because you only get minimum 5 for 6 to 10. Right? And chat picked me up for it, but Steve kept his mouth shut, so I never realised. Because that's how many blast weapons I haven't used so far. And I think I may have killed 1 Marine because of it. If Farrak sees that, that will be his get out of jail free card. Have to be open about it. It's all about fair play, sportsmanship and fair play. That's what Steve keeps telling me. So, you know. No one tell him. Don't tell Val. Don't tell Val. I also told him that if we hit 20k by the end of the month, I would rescind the win. And I can say that because I knew that I'd made that rules mistake as well. But we're never going to hit 20k by the end of the month. It doesn't matter. You'll never get a statement that might affect the share price. But does it affect the share price if the statement is, look, guys, this is what's going on. You know, we're going to be open and honest with you. Surely that helps it. Surely that helps the share price. Why do you first get the £10 in Oct? Why do you first get the £10 in Oct? It's because they want you to sign up, I guess. Wordbearers should be a bigger threat in 40k. Agree. They need to fly to keep the investment and for bonuses. They do need to fly, 100%. Demon Lorgar. Yeah, want Lorgar. Lorgar should replace Abaddon as the main chaos threat. Don't know about that. Wordbearers are better than Black Legion, I'll tell you that. It's called Black Legion because they're always mourning their failures. I like Black Legion. I love the books by ADB for Black Legion. They're really good books. If you haven't read or listened to the Black Legion books by Aaron Dempsey Bowden, which include Iskandar Khaon the Sorcerer, read those books. They're really, really good. Are you going to Firestorm event in November? So, Steve, probably not. So, this next weekend, I'm at an event at the Factorum. There's still a couple of tickets left if you're in the UK. So I'm going to that event at the end of this month. September, I've got the London Grand Tournament end of September. October, I'm not sure what's October. December is November is No Retreat Legends. December, I might have a month off of events. Do we have to sign up for Warhammer Plus on the day of it going live? If so, I'm predicting a server crash. Sorry, that's not positive. It's not positive, but actually, when they did the live preview for us, it failed. They didn't get it live until 20 minutes later. Jonathan De Silva, sorry if I'm dropping in and out. I'm filming in my civil service application. I got you on in the background. Damn, you're interesting topics. You don't worry. Don't worry. Don't need to apologise. Just become a member. Piss holes in the snow eyes then. Yeah, absolutely. What industry are you in? I'm engineering. So I started my career as an aircraft engineer on Apache. And then when I left the British Army, joined the UK Rail as a engineer and a fitter. Now I'm in senior management, managing engines, basically, diesel engines on the rail. That's and Des spotted it. Killjoy X writes down mistakes to help out. Come on now. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't give Arak any more excuses. I came in at a good time. No, Gung. No. Is ad revenue still split up by category? I know that financial education used to be one of the highest paying categories based off of ad revenue. Do you know what? I don't know enough about it. I know that typically a video that does 10, 20,000 views will make a couple of pounds in ad revenue maximum. Like, this is genuine, right? So I've always said this. I will never be cloak and daggers and secret about revenue from YouTube. I will always tell you guys what's going on. So when you go, how come you're not out of the factory? I go, well, actually, I'll fucking tell you why. So I don't know how ad revenue works, but at our size and our level, it doesn't make you a lot. I know that if you skip ads, you make even less. I think the best for us for ad revenue is if you're a YouTube Prime subscriber. But I've actually genuinely contemplated turning ads off and just focusing on membership revenue and super chat revenue, to be honest with you, because ads are so fucking pathetic. So all I've done now is I've removed any mid-video or mid-stream, and I only have them at the beginning and the end, because I think that's probably okay for most people. And it makes a couple of quid then, and it just ticks over. But memberships and super chats are our best source of revenue in YouTube by a country mile, because whatever it is you choose to pledge on either, we make 70% of it, which is really, really good. So YouTube takes a 30% cut. So when you're super chatting your £10 or whatever it might be, £7 I'll get out of that. £7, £3 goes to YouTube. It's worse on Twitch. If you had a £10 membership on Twitch, then this is amazing, right? The streamer gets £4. Twitch takes 6. And now you know I've ditched Twitch. That and my bigger audiences on YouTube as well. 95 likes, almost 100 likes. 95 likes, amazing. Okay, think maybe pressure from Marvel on the fan video mess up. If Arak sees that, he's watching you in the bath right now. Don't give me that fucking image. That's Big Red Bear, you're saying you did cheat? No. Watch the Vanguard Tactics video about unintentional inadherence or non-adherence, okay? What does he expect from Chaos Demons? Thought about starting a painting channel alongside my job, but the missus would kill me. She already doesn't see me much because of the hobby. But if you're doing that hobby, so this is interesting, right? If you're doing that, so this is where, if you're painting and you're doing the hobby, Heretic Wargaming, this is where something like Twitch or maybe even YouTube would possibly be a good call in terms of streaming. So if you're hobbying anyway, how much more time does it take to flick 2 cameras on and run a stream? It doesn't take any time at all. So if you're going to create a high production value painting video and edit it all together at the end and all that kind of stuff and then upload it and prep it and keyword and fucking SEO and all that bollocks, it will take you a lot of time. It does take a lot of time. It's effort. And you're probably going to find that the return, especially early on, is really poor, and she'll be pissed off. And you don't want a pissed off wife. Trust me, you don't want that. So if you live stream what you're doing, what you're painting, what you're working on, then you're sat there anyway doing it. So no extra time. And you let me know you're doing it, and I'll share it. Rising tides lift all boats. Everyone's happy. Why Abaddon over Lorgar? I just like Abaddon. Yeah, they're only good pieces of lore surrounding the Black Legion because what a wet fart that group is. I'm still bitter about that. Lorgar's a better character. Plus, if you'd like to see him win a fight now, he's a demon. I'd love to see Demon Primarch Lorgar. It would be really cool to see Demon Primarch Angron, Demon Primarch Fulgrim, and then Demon Primarch Lorgar, band them all together. Like the new Ninja Turtles, but better. First week to get the free voucher. Is that all it is? Just 1 week? I thought it said... I was about to say I thought it said whole of October, but I guess it launches on Wednesday and then October finishes Tuesday next week, so it's just a week. Interesting. What CSM models do you think will be the biggest winners, losers in the new codex? I don't know. If you tell Varrock you're not allowed in the treehouse anymore. My uncle with camping channel, 17k subs, gets about £1 per 1,000 views. Sounds about right at 17k subs, I guess. Ads help promote the video. I have no idea how they work. I'm such an ad noob on YouTube, even though I've been doing YouTube for like 3 years, because it's just never made enough money for me to care about it. Talking of Chaos models, what do you and chat think are some good CSM units for a World Eaters army? World Eaters, right? So currently, if you're looking currently at World Eaters, I'm about to open a can, so hold your ears. That click was loud, wasn't it? World Eaters. So World Eaters are my primary Chaos Space Marine faction. So I run, Berserkers. Tons of Berserkers. As many as you can get in without it being completely swamped, with a few rhinos, at least. Some of them I thought was okay, but they die quick. They're 1 wound Chaos Space Marines, as everyone keeps fucking reminding me, right? So Berserkers are absolutely key. Loads of Berserkers, tons and tons of attacks. You get +1 attack on the charge. Only on the charge, though, so everybody else in the world gets it when they're charged. They charge or they perform a heroic interaction, not World Eaters. They just get it on the charge. You also get Hateful Assault. Your World Eaters bonus that you get for on the charge, you only get it for charging, but you do get to fight twice. But the second time that you fight, you don't get that charging bonus again. So you a Berserker with a chain axe and chain sword is the way to go. Base 2 attacks. +1 for Hateful Assault when you charge. +1 for being a World Eater when you charge is 4. +1 for having a chain sword is 5 attacks. Fighting twice in a fight phase means you get 9 attacks basically. But you get to activate in between, so you get another 3-inch pile in and another 3-inch consolidation move as well. So you can manipulate. If you're clever, you can manipulate your charge and fight phase to gain a lot of distance on the battle board. A lot of distance. Big unit Terminators, spend some command points, make them Red Butchers. Red Butchers basically turn them into Berserkers in Terminator armor, so definitely do that. And I tend to complement them with Demon Engines, say Mauler Fiends, and if you can a Lord Discordant. Lord Discordants are in a rough place, so they die pretty quickly. But if you can get the Mauler Fiends in with the Lord Discordant nearby, hitting on 3s is clutch, because at the moment we're still hitting on 4s because we haven't had an update for our Demon Engines. So Mauler Fiends in Thousand Suns hit on 3s. You'd like to think that means that for World Eaters they will, but we haven't got that yet. So Lord Discordants make them much better, and you can make them quicker, etc. But they're a bit rough. So then you need to keep things in your pocket all the time. Demon Forge, absolute must. Vets of the Long War, absolute must. Keep those always in your pocket, and actually be prepared to spend 3 CPs to fight again. Be prepared to spend 3, because that can be really, really clutch. If you can get a big enough unit of Berserkers in a charge against an Imperial Knight with Vets of the Long War on, with a Lord nearby or something, or a Chaplain nearby, then potentially...
I have clipped you admitting you cheated Valric. That means despite putting the internet to sleep with his indecision, he is now still undefeated.
I'm not even going to say thank you for that super chat, if that's the truth. Ginger Steve, I thought we were friends. I've seen you abusing me on the Hellstorm Battle Report stream last week, and now you've done that. I hope it rains for the rest of your fucking holiday. When you stack up those bonuses, and potentially you can have a Exalted Champion and a Lord nearby, actually Berserkers can, even without the third activation, reliably tear down an Imperial Knight. Obviously make sure that your Sergeant, your Champion's got a powerful son, etc. The Chaos Gods are the Ninja Turtles. Donatello is Zinch, Raphael's Korn, Michelangelo is Nurgle, Donatello is Slanesh, but who's the rat? As a non-Chaos Space Marine player, could they not use the Space Marine Codex and supplement system, or are they too different for this to work? So I've spoken about this before. I would really love them to have the same system, but I think because of how different, and it could be argued as well, actually, I guess, that this is true for Space Wolves, Blood Angels, and Dark Angels. Chaos is so, like, Nurgle is so different to Zeech, which is so different to Slanesh. I think they need separate codexes. I think that's true. But they probably could have done. Could they have done a similar system to Space Marines? They could have done. They've gone different. And I kind of like that they've gone different. For ages, I was calling for it to be the same, and I was actually like, wait, I don't want to be the same. I want to be different. I'm Chaos. I'm not Loyalist. I would like to try a Wordbearer's Possessed Bomb list someday, perhaps with a Psycharian to spice it up. If you're thinking about starting Chaos, I say this not knowing anything about release dates, genuinely. Wait for the new Codex. Wait for the new Codex. Because you don't know how much it's going to change. And if you look at some of what's gone on already, lots of stuff is changing. Disco Lord, Demon Forge. Yeah, if you end up doing a Learn Kill Team series of Vanguard Tactics, I will paint you up a blood-packed kill team to use in honour of Corn Legend. Thank you very much. Overboard DM, this is the best 40k channel. You fucking hero. See, Ginger Steve? Best 40k channel. Almost worth becoming a member of. Overboard DM. Just saying. Ginger Steve is everyone's friend, but mostly my friend. I had a special place in my heart for you, Ginger Steve. Stamped all over that. Oh no, Valrak found out. Fucking hell. Who's told him already? I've not even got off stream yet. Who's told him already? Has he messaged me yet? He hasn't messaged me yet. Right, good, okay. He did WhatsApp me saying people said you're being nice. But he clearly hasn't heard the fact that he cheated worse. 4 different fucking turrets. He didn't know what each one did. Blood for the Blood God. He's claiming undefeated now. No. Play Chaos and AOS for your fix. Well, that's the thing, right? So that's the bonus of the Demon Army, because the Khorne Demons can be used in Age of Sigmar. I've essentially got an AOS army now, so I can start playing AOS. Because people have told me AOS Season 3 is quite good. But, again, time. I'd play loads of AOS if I had the time. I don't have the time. Imperial Fists were told if they kill Scarbrand, they win. They weren't told that. He made that rule up himself. They were not told that. Rupert Marine's got a boost to their flamers at least. I'm happy about that. And 2 wounds. 2 wounds is the biggest thing. 2 wounds is the biggest thing. Right? I would actually be surprised if World Eaters and Emperor's Champion don't get separate codices this edition. See, I can't see them doing both. I can see them doing one. I can't see them doing both. And because I'm a World Eaters player, I can see them doing fucking Emperor's Children as well, which would annoy me. You are now the official 40k show as Mikey did his last.
Managed to lose to 3 humans. Depowered Celestine, then runs him through like the chump he is. Then Vigilius? This man is allergic to victory.
Everyone's turning on me now. Big Red Bear, I thought we were bros. Overboard DM, exclamation mark, member in the chat, and you'll get a link. I thought we were bros there. That's not cool, man. But thank you for the super chat, you absolute hero. To be fair, right? Oh, fuck off, Valrak. This here goes this fucking stream. So I said to you I'd probably go till 23:30. Right now, probably 22:52. You're not undefeated, Valrak. You got pumped. there was no lube. I didn't even spit on it. You got pumped. And if that marine was a result of me using 3 shots when it should have been 1 or 2, you'd have had 1 marine left. You may have gained an extra 5 points, which would have meant you'd have only lost by 40. Ginger Steve, fuck off. 40 rather than 45. Got bummed, Sam, by an 8th edition codex whilst you ran 9th edition Space Marines. Embarrassing. Just built a Word Bearers army, and yeah, don't really know if it's going to be good, but who knows. But if you build it because you love it, then that's fine. If you build it because you love it, it doesn't matter if it's any good. Find the right group of people to play with, and you'll be fine. Inquisitive X 8240, was it? No, it was 85 to 40. There's pictures of it everywhere. And if that 1 Marine would have survived, it may have been 85 to 45, but probably not. Probably not. I need to check. I'm not going to check because I don't care enough. It's not worth my time. The fucking thing. I was being nice about you at the start of the stream as well. I said, no one tell Valrak I'm being nice about him, and no one told him. And I said, I think I may have used blast weapons wrong. No one tell him, and everyone went and told him. How's that work? How's that work? Hashtag rematch. So, John, actually, interestingly, Valrak, just so you know, because you're in the chat right now, Jonathan De Silva, who's in the chat, is the Jonathan who took your granddad out. So you can say hello to him and say thank you. He has said that he would like to play monthly, and I'm okay with it, but he's got to learn how to play. He's got to learn how to play. He's got to learn how to play. Magnum 32B, come on, Valrak, I love you, but Liam took you out to pasture. Put your shoes on, brilliant. Okay, but what about the portal in the Emperor's Throne? Valrak had pants dropped and the whole table shoved up there. He lost so bad. He did. He walks like it as well, actually, interestingly. Don't have to be good to love it. Take it from a Tau player. Touche. And there's plenty of people that are doing good things with shit armies as well. It's just he does shit things with good armies. Just saying. He's got to learn how to play. He has. You're right. He has. I'm sure you've heard it. I'm sure you've heard it all. Evening, Liam, but congrats on the win. Thanks, Sleepy Jake, you absolute legend. Scarbrand, he needs to learn how to play, how to count and talk before he can play, surely. He's also got to learn how to fucking listen. Oh, are those chariots vehicles? No, they're not vehicles, Sam. 5 minutes later. Are they vehicles? Fucking hell. Imagine winning a race by 200 metres and trying to justify the length you won it by just because you were steroided up. I don't understand. What's your opinion on the new Space Marine Flamer weapon? And did you see it was initially shown as damage 2 before? I did see that, yeah. I saw that pretty quickly. And they changed that. They FAQ'd a fucking preview. Glorious. If you're talking about the model, I hate it. I think it looks horrendously bad. I don't think the fact that his hand is resting on the heat guard is clever at all, or how it should look. But people love it, and that's cool. And if you love it, what I took from it mostly was that there are even more brand new Black Templars models coming, which is super cool, right? Super cool. Steve Rackless, hello from the States. Loved the game Saturday. Do you know what? Result aside, it was some of the most fun I've had throwing dice in a long time. Really, really, really good fun. So Sam is always welcome down, even if he deliriously claims continuously that he's undefeated. So if it makes him feel better about being that shit, let's let him. What was I saying earlier in the stream, right? What was I saying earlier? We shouldn't be criticising other people's opinions. If it makes him feel better, he can say that. Everybody else can go on to the channel, watch the stream and decide for themselves. If it makes him feel better, he can say it. That's fine. We all had a good laugh. Brilliant. I'm glad you did. That was the whole point. And that's the sort of that's the sort of vibe I'm going to go for in general. This is the whole vibe. This is the whole point of this channel now. I've come away from leaks or super high production news or just fun and banter with mates is the key, right? This is the whole point. I think we can build a good community genuinely out of people behaving in that kind of way. I think I started to do that years ago with Warhammer, when this channel used to be called Warhammer. And then I got absolutely consumed by building Deployment Zone, which I'm super proud of, and I'm so glad I did it and got it to where it is now. And now this is the next step to push that on as well. So, yeah, I'm really happy for the way that that's gone, and I want to build that kind of community again, where we just a little bit different to Valrak because his banter's shit. So where you just abuse him constantly and he doesn't really give anything back, a little bit different to that, where it's a bit more back and forth because I can think and talk at the same time, and he's just a fucking idiot. And then we can do games and stuff because I know how to use cameras and shit, and he's just a fucking idiot. So a bit more back and forth, Just saying. I've also, on Friday, I don't know if you guys remember this person, but on Friday, I have got John from the Visicast coming to play 40k in my studio. No, we're not filming it. He's gone, I might give it a go again. If you guys know Visicast, if I can get John in on the team, it's going to be a right giggle. So I'm super excited about that. Not going to lie, first time watching Liam, but I'm loving it. Top balance and legit good info. Killjoy Hex, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the stream. Like I said, every Monday, 21:30 at least. And as we get closer to full-time and maybe go full-time, I'm going to bring them in on Fridays as well and games on Wednesday. So there'll be more to come. Thank you so much for being a member as well, because you got that little green name there. You fucking legend. Big Red Bay saying that even if you won the race by a big distance, if you got caught doping, they still call you a cheater and strip you of your victory. Yeah, but there's no anti-doping agency in 40k, so fuck him. I'm a new member of this fabulous channel, way better than Shilrak. Overboard DM, you fucking legend. Thank you. So it hasn't popped up, though. So I don't know what's going on there, but let's make sure it links you. Thank you so much for becoming a member, you absolute hero. Throwing dice or dropping them, the bants outweighed the frustrations. The bants, that's why I had so much fun with him as well. Varric went to bed singing the I'm Still Defeated song already. Liam, do you remember the crushing impact ability on the skull cannons in your battle with Varric? I didn't use those rules. I was already pulling his pants down, Andrew. I was already putting his pants down. There's also some other strats I could have used, like for the blood crushers where they do mortal wounds on the charge. Didn't use that. Does it matter if a Space Marine in Ceramite is resting his hand on a hot bit of the flamer? Yeah, to me it does, guys, yeah. It was a fun army. Not often you see a tank army. Agree. And I maintain this, right? I reckon a bit of work, bit of coaching, legit think, honestly, that he could win that game. If we rematched in, I don't know, fucking 6 months' time and he actually had a bit of coaching from Steve, etc., Stephen Barks, potentially, he could have won that game. And I think he could. I think he could win that game. Demons, they're not great right now. They're okay. They're not great. He could have done that. He didn't. But that's more his list. People were criticising his list. His list was not horrendous. It was his tactical acumen. Couple of little, like I said, right at the start, when we were talking about first turn versus second turn, simply the placement of his tanks gave me the ability to pick one up straight away. So, I mean, that's a tactical mistake on his part, right? Winters on live stream. I am absolutely 100% sure Winters will happily come and play on live stream. So I'll get that booked in with him sometime soon. I've also been speaking.
Saturday rocked. Blood for the blood god. Keep it up.
Steve Rackas with a super chat. You absolute fucking legend. Thank you so much. Blood for the blood god is in fact correct, and I will keep it up, even if she wants it or not. So Winters will come on the stream. I have briefly spoken to Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics about coming on the stream and doing similar things to Varric. So not super competitive, just a giggle, just a laugh. So fingers crossed we'll see more. Are you going to that tournament SM Battle Reports put on? Yes, I am at No Retreat Legends in November, the first weekend of November. They're streaming all the games as well. So they'll be on YouTube with all the games from No Retreat Legends. So make sure you tune on to those. Make sure you go over to SN and subscribe. Having said that,
I hear Valric has called the court for arbitration in sport. As a Man City fan, it's on speed dial, but usually 'cause they are cheaters. I have been telling Val to join the academy for over a year.
he can't afford the academy, did you, Steve? He's got to buy a fucking roof now. He kept telling us about that on the last stream, didn't he? Thank you so much for the super chat. Absolute legend. The Valric, the academy is the Vanguard Tactics Academy. Stephen Box from Vanguard Tactics runs an academy where he teaches you how to be a better 40k player. And I have legitimately, as a bloke who's played a lot of 40k, a lot of 40k. I have learned stuff from Steve. If you !VT, it will give you a link to his academy. It's not cheap though, but you do get your first month 50% off with that link. If you want to join Vanguard Tactics as academy, he's got a ton of people that follow the academy, do all the lessons, etc., etc. He's a really good bloke. So Steve's amazing, and it was a pleasure having him commentating as well. I like Steve showing his bantery side at the same time. So, reckon if Steve takes that list, he beats you 100%. Yes, 100% he will. Rematch same list, yeah, absolutely. Tankami, screw it. He can have all the training. I'll take him on with my Quins. Depending on what Quins you've got, you'd probably upset his Tankami pretty badly. The new Emperor's Champion model is so awful, just such awfulness. Every BT model I see just reminds me of how bad the Emperor's Champion is. Do you think? I quite like the Emperor's Champion model, controversially. I didn't think it was horrendous. I mean, it wasn't amazing. There's much better sculpts out there, but I didn't think it was bad. So back to tonight's topic. If you do a rematch with Valrak after coaching, would you give him the go first or go second choice? We could do that. I'd be up for that. People shouting out for Say Hi Paul. Good friends of Say Hi Paul. I'm sure he'd probably come on stream at some point as well. Maybe more 4-player free-for-all games. The one Winters did was awesome. Yeah, I feel like that one might not be able to be a streamed game though, because it's too much carnage and noise. Streams are really hard to make sure you get it nice and crisp and people talking at the right point, not talking over each other, etc. And we still haven't got it perfect yet. And we've got a team that's been working together for sort of nearly 2 months now. 4 people all excited to play 40k in a room, all mic'd up with commentators, is just going to get messy. Say Hi Paul is cool. I've seen him on Winters' channel. Say Hi Paul's also got his own channel. You guys can go check out Say Hi Paul's channel. I haven't got a link there with exclamation marks for Say Hi Paul yet. One live stream with Paul would probably take 3 days. Yeah, you can't live stream with Paul. Actually, that's probably true. I would ask him to talk over his army, and then the camera batteries would die. See, I too like the Emperor's Champion model. Big Red Bear, it was the only Black Templars model I wanted to buy, and everything about that sculpt is repulsive to me. That's a shame, dude. It's a shame you feel like that way. That's not great. But I guess it is what it is. That's a shame. One thing I will say is, so far you've only seen it on a 2D screen. Get yourself, I'm sure they'll have it. Get yourself to a Games Workshop or something as soon as you can once it's out, and see it in person. I have had models in the past where I've looked at it on screen and gone, I don't like that. Had it in hand and gone, oh, actually, now I can see it as a 3D sculpt. It's quite nice. Overboard DM, your name hasn't gone green, despite you becoming a member. And YouTube's telling me that I've got a new member, so it's got to be you. But your name hasn't gone green. I wonder why. Can you beat Valrak more often? Thanks. Maybe each game give him a 100-point handicap in his list. Eventually he will look pretty good. We could do that. We could buff his points up 100 points each time. I have 18 Haywire bikes. That's before the fusion pistols. Yeah, I don't think that's much of a game, John, to be honest with you, mate. I'm not sure. If you guys are on Instagram, search Bolt Rifles on Instagram and go and follow Jonathan De Silva on Instagram. I'm sure he would love the shout out. Best money I've ever spent was on the Vanguard Tactics Academy for sure, from David McGovern. That's good. It is amazing. It is amazing. Sleepy Jake, well done on your first stream, by the way. It was top quality. I mean, we came in hard. I purposefully wanted to come in at a really high production sort of standard, like a really high production standard. Hence, I asked Steve from Vanguard Tactics if I can come and borrow his studio. So it's his space. Now, to be fair, we use 6 cameras. Obviously, I'm using one right now. There's 3 belong to me, 3 belong to Steve. My laptop, my Stream Deck. It's fucking expensive to get those things looking really nice. So when I do streams from my studio, it's much smaller. There's a lot less space. So it doesn't quite, and it's a garage, so it's never going to look quite as professional as a studio. But I've still got 3 of the cameras. I've still got the same Stream Deck, same laptop, so it should look really nice. And again, I've managed to mount the iPad up at the table so the players can see the chat and stuff like that. So it should be really cool. Big Red Bear, I've seen some nifty conversions made out of the guy with the hourglass from Indomitor's box and the old model. Why do people hate everything so much? This game is amazing and the minis look great. I don't think everyone hates everything. I think that people just, especially if they've got super high expectations, if they're invested in a faction, they could be really disappointed if it doesn't look the way that they think it should, and I get it. So yeah. Rigged for your pleasure. Let's see what else they've got for Black Templars. We've been waiting a long goddamn time, so let's hope they've put effort in with a new range. Range is in quotations, and I think we probably will see a range. It seems likely, right? We've seen this single model with this flamer. He's not going to be a lone model. He's going to come in a box. So we're going to see more Black Templars kits. It looks like we're going to get more than simply shoulder pads and a fucking head, which is really, really, really nice. So let's not judge a book by its cover. Let's wait and see what the contents look like. And I'm gutted that you hate the Emperor's Champion model so much, but maybe there'll be, scope to kit bash him, make him look nicer, make him your own. There's tons of really cool Primera sculpts out there you can use as well to sort of make him look amazing. So how close in points do you think you will be to Jake tomorrow night, and who will be the winner? Jake's going to fucking smash me tomorrow night. He's got like 12 units of 5 Harlequins. I'm in shit. I think he's got more units of OBSEC troops than I've got units. So I'm just going to try and do my absolute best with the Necrons to not get bummed on stream, basically. That's the key. Hopefully not get bummed on stream. Sleepy Drake, you can drink a shot every time Valrak makes a tactical mistake. I can't do that. I'll be fucking paralytic by the end of turn 1. Talking on bad looking models, I love the Defiler. It's an amazing looking model. Alright, Grimnar, love listening in. Get so much painting done. Thank you very much for joining the stream, dudes. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's not really hate, it's just people saying their opinions, preferences. The hate is real, it's just not here. Yeah, there is tons of hate out there. People do hate on Games Workshop quite a lot, and it's a shame. I think that in this instance, I don't think it's hate on Games Workshop. I think it's just a bit sad about the model. Big Red Bear, I love the new Krieg models and I love the new Commandos. I've got to build them yet. I haven't got around to them yet. Oh, VT Jake is here. We're just talking, Jake, about how you've tailored your Quins. I can't do it. I can't speak like Sam and take it seriously. But how you've got so much OBSEC. So tomorrow I'm going to run the list that I ran at the event at the Factorum a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago. So I've got essentially a Catan, the King, some Immortals, some Destroyers, some Scarabs, and some characters is the crux of the list. And I think that I'm not going to have enough OBSEC to play the primary against Jake. I think he's probably got that one, but he also is probably going to struggle to drop the Silent King, and he might have some issues with the Catan, so it could be interesting. Jake's going to beat you so hard you're going to think it's basic training again. Do you know what, Jonathan? I hope they cancel your fucking discharge papers and you have to stay in. Don't get bummed on stream. Wise words from Liam. Oh, no, you really do love the Defiler. Okay, I thought you were just taking the piss. You actually do love the Defiler. Right, brilliant. Okay. Overboard DM, if I didn't live in the States, you could borrow a few of my armies for the show. I just got back into 40k with Indomitus and I currently have 9 armies. Fuck, Jesus. That's a lot. Why is your name not green? I don't understand why your name's not green. Can I do anything with it? No, I can't. I don't know why your name isn't green. Vanguard Tactics, Jake is unsure. He's not that confident. Inquisitor Vex, the kill team roadmap says new kill team in December. Eh? I've got 2 sets of kill team for extra Kriegers, Commanders and Terrain. The terrain's really good in it as well, actually. It's a really good box. In terms of the kill team box, when you compare it to the heavy intercessor one, I think it pisses all over that box, personally. It's so much better. Sleepy Jake armies for game tomorrow. So I'm running Necrons and Jake is running Harlequins. Have they updated the blog post yet, Jake? Do you know, to show the actual army lists? Should we have a quick look? We'll go to the Vanguard Tactics YouTube channel right now. Hang on. Oh, actually, here we go. Let's be clever about this. Chat. Let's put this in. Let's see if I can make this work. This is either going to go horribly wrong or it's going to work nicely. Boom. Okay, so it's a good start. And the audio is working. Even better start. Cool. Okay. Vanguard Tactics YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to Vanguard Tactics already, make sure you're subscribed to Vanguard Tactics. There's streams down here, uploads, etc. And there's a reminder for tomorrow. Necrons versus Harlequins. Right here, look. You click on the Necrons versus Harlequins and you click the set reminder button. I haven't set reminder because I'm going to be there. That's the reason why I haven't clicked the set reminder button. You then click the like button to make sure that it gets like loads. Then you go down here, and there's a link to the Academy, a link to Deployment Zone because he's a legend, and then there's a blog post. I don't know if he's updated the blog post. Let's see. Oh, no, he hasn't. Harlequins. I think it's the same Harlequins list. So, Jake, is it the same Harlequins list? You see all these Harlequins troops? Yeah, it's Raven Guy. It's not Raven Guy. So he hasn't updated it yet. He'll update that tomorrow. And when he updates it tomorrow, you'll see both the lists. So, there you go. But go over to Vanguard Tactics, hit sub, make sure you like, follow, all that kind of stuff, ready for tomorrow. We've read that Doomstalkers also. I love Doomstalkers, but I don't have them. I've got 3, I just haven't built them yet. It's Steve's list, and it fried my head using it the other day. Where do we think the new Kill Team Warzone will be in? I'm guessing and hoping Armageddon. I'd love that, especially if Kriegers. I'd love a huge Krieger release though. I'm hoping that Kriegers is not just what's it called, Kill Team. I'm hoping that Kriegers is a full blown release. That's what we want. Late again, morning from Oz. I think you're in Australia. I think we can let you down. If not, I'll do a sneak peek of my list. That's and Des sharing the Vanguard Tactics link. Legend, thank you very much. Rigged for your pleasure. I've wanted the Soul Grinder for ages. I actually really like the Soul Grinder. I'm not so sold on the Defiler. I think it looks a bit, but he likes it, right? That's all that matters. Archon is down with the clown, so he looks like he's back in Jake already. What do you think? Necrons versus Harlequins. Tell me, team. What do you think? Jake's got like the Incarn, 12 units of 5 Harlequins, a couple of characters. That's about it. Thanks for the shout out, Carf. I just sent you a funny related DM. How are you getting with the Necrons for no retreat? Not good right now. Not good. I've been building Death Guard, Gaz, if that helps. If that helps, I've been building Death Guard for the fucking. Oh, I can't. I'm just such a magpie. Such a magpie. Hoping Krieg are the poster boys for Guard a bit instead of Cadia. I like Cadians. I like some of the narrative. I like some of the models, but fucking hell, they've had their time. Let's have a different. I would like either Krieg or Valhallans to be the poster child for Guard. And Valhallan simply because of Commissar Kane. I think the Soul Grinder sculpt holds up pretty well. A new one will be awesome, but I don't know if you could go far wrong. Agree. I think they'll bring boxes out for more than Krieg too. Good. I hope so. Sorry to bum everyone out, but I'm going through withdrawal from meds at the moment, and I really have to say a big thank you for making it easier and less lonely. At any time, dude. Any time. And again, reach out on social media. You're a channel member, so make sure you join the Discord, !Discord. Make sure you link your YouTube account to your Discord account, and then chat to me in there as well. And there's a little community right now, and it's not much bigger tonight. I think we only gained 1 additional member, 61. There's a little community in there that will help you out and chat to you almost any time, day or night as well. We've got people in there from the US and from the UK, so we've got a pretty good coverage in terms of time frame. So yeah, please reach out. Don't suffer alone. With Res, I think it'll be tough to shift. I don't think Resurrection Protocols really help me much though, because my maximum size unit's like 5 men. So yeah. I mean, don't listen to me, but I'd maximise the numbers, advanced and spam warriors with Immortals. Yeah, so I'm not I'm not tailoring that. My list is my list because it's what I know. So we'll see what happens. Especially with some screening and leaning towards some combat troops again. I think I will be okay. I'll be okay. I got a few Drakari. This is Overboard DM talking about his 9 armies. Tyranids, White Scars, Iron Hands, Thousand Suns, Tau, Imperial Knights, Admech, Necron, Sisters, Orcs. Fucking, that's more than 9. Jesus. Some Praetorians would be dope. I've got 20 that I'm in the process of building and painting, but I'm in the process of building and painting a lot of Necrons. That's the problem. I've got a couple of Catacomb command barges that are currently in progress in various states of. It's going to struggle to focus because of my face, but I don't want to show you it because it's not finished. A couple of CCBs for a bit of the old Code of Combat. We've got some other bits and pieces that are getting sort of painted up as well. I've got tons of warriors to paint up. I've got the Deceiver to paint up. I've got loads, basically. Loads. Watching Valrak 4th Tankless was such a lol. Yes. Playing against it was more of a lol. Just saying. Wish Games Workshop would join Alternating Activations Gang. Well, they have, though, haven't they? Oh, alternating activations. No, they haven't done alternating activations. Age of Sigmar is just turns, alternating turns, like roll off for turns. I think that... I don't know if that's going to be better or not. I don't know if alternating activations in 40k with how many units some armies have got is going to be an absolute killer, especially on time. I don't know. Interesting. Painting Necrons, that's not painting, that's spray canning and washing. Well, no. No. Airbrushing and washing, I'll have you know. Andrew T upgraded his membership. What an absolute fucking legend you are. Thank you so much for that. It means a ton. An absolute ton. If you're thinking about becoming a member and you're not yet, there's 3 tiers. There's Serious Tier 1, Serious Tier 2, and no one's ever going to pick Tier 3. So Tier 1 is $1.99, Tier 2 is $8.99, Tier 3 I don't even remember what it is because no one's ever going to pick it, but YouTube suggested those 3 levels, so that's what I picked. And Tier 1 and 2 get you access to the community Discord, and it's just a way of supporting the channel, supporting the stream, supporting me, hopefully getting me out the factory sooner rather than later. I'd like to be out by the end of the year and doing 3 streams a week for you guys at least, but we'll see. So thank you so much for upgrading. You absolute hero. It's 2 months ago I made the call to go and do streaming for a YouTube career instead of like pre-production videos, and we've added in some of the little like news type videos and stuff as well. So it was a gamble, and when we did first make the move across to live streaming, I lost tons of subs. People went, "Oh, fucking don't like this." You guys have been incredible, absolutely incredible, and you've made this sort of switch to live actually quite easy comparatively. So thank you so much for your support. You guys are absolute legends. Absolute legends. Thank you. It means the world. Jedi says, what colour do you get for Jarl? In YouTube, you don't get a different colour, but in Discord, you get a different colour. I think in Discord, it's green for Hasir. These are all Viking ranks, if you didn't know. Blue for Jarl, and then I don't even know what the other rank is because no one's ever going to pick the other rank. I might just get rid of it, to be honest with you. It doesn't hurt to leave it there, does it? If we go into roles, let's have a look. Roles. Thane is like silver or something. Scarbrand, isn't it, Thane? You fucking mentalist. Wow. We have a Thane. Wow. Thank you so much, man. What a fucking hero. I was quite literally going to log off tonight and delete that rank because I thought, I'm just not going to leave it there. It doesn't make any sense, but shit. Huge thank you, Scarbrand. And your Scarbrand as well. It makes it even more poignant that we play Demons on Saturday, right? What a fucking legend. Thank you so much. Wow. Don't quite know what to say to that. It's good for a beginner, but I feel like £10 a pop 4 times a month is a bit much for anyone who has an army already. What's that for? Arc Royale. Okay, I think that's for the magazine, the Imperium magazine. I think the Imperium magazine is pretty good value overall. Ginger Steve says, well, if Scarbrand has done it, I don't have to. Ginger Steve, right, it's probably cheaper to go to Thane than the amount you super chat each episode. So it's probably better for me that you keep super chatting. It's to probably make more from it though. Nick Shipley, how much do I have to donate for you to shave the gruff off? Or you and Mikey could do a special stream and both of you whip them off. No, I can't.
Just want to say I love the personality you bring to the hobby, man. Found your stuff through VT and stoked to get some 100% distilled Liam.
Nathan Moore, thank you so much for the super chat. You absolute legend. Do you know what? It still blows me away to this day that I just sit here chatting shit about what I think, and people seem to find it entertaining and like the content. So thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the support. And I'm trying to build this into a community as well in the Discord. So I'm trying to drop in there more. I'm trying to build that community so that it's not just when I'm on stream, but you guys are talking to each other all the time, helping each other out, bantering, etc. How much is Thane from Billington? Are you UK based? I don't know how much it is. How bad is that? Oh, actually, I think I can look on YouTube live. Now, does this fuck the stream up? It shouldn't do. No, good. Okay, let's have a look. This is how bad it is, because I just literally So Ginger Steve super chats are like shouting. So you could be a Thane that shouts. You could. Memberships. So Hesea tier is $1.99. Jarl is $8.99. Thane is $44.99. So that's UK money. Skull to the Thane. Skull. That's how they greet each other. I love. You guys watch Vikings? I love Vikings. It's such a great series. Good luck, man. The Emperor protects. Thane. Most of my armies are claimed, but I'm just trying to skim through and catch up now.
Great work, Winking Face. Go on. Love the streams. Cheers, Tom.
She actually said Winking Face. That was good, wasn't it? Thank you, Tom, for the super chat. You absolute hero. Massively appreciated. You guys are just smashing it now, aren't you? You've waited till I'm about to turn off. And you're just super chatting away. Spaz Wars 81. What a great name, by the way. What a fucking great name. Legend. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ginger Steve, Orc Commando detected. Also, I can't work it out on how to do it on my mobile. Of course you can. Of course you can. I don't have no idea, actually. I'm not sure. Need a special Thane emoji. Yes, I'm going to have to actually write a special, or make a special Thane emoji now. King. Do you know what Thanes get? Thanes get a private stream every month as well. I think I promised that. I think that's in the benefit. I think that's in the benefit. I'm gonna have to create a Thane area. I'm gonna have to do shit with this now. I'm so grateful though. Honestly, thank you. I'm fucking heroes. You're all fucking heroes. Spaz Wars loves Vikings. I can't upgrade through mobile, or at least I can't figure it out. You'll have to wait. Thank you. Jonathan De Silva, just a heads up. Have you turned off the swear words? Turned off what swear words? What do you mean if I turned off the swear words? I don't know what you mean. Trying to keep you streaming. Thank you, Big Red Bear. I'm trying to keep streaming too, right? And I'm not at work. I'm not at work. So I'm just going to piss off her, which actually isn't a great thing. So if I do get a sudden message come through, then I have to be super careful because I'm not prepared to do that. It's not worth my bollocks, to be honest with you. I'm just going to say how it is. But since I don't have work in the morning, I could stay on for a little bit longer. You keep me here, I'll stay on a little bit longer. YouTube doesn't let you super chat swears. Does it not? I'm sure I've super chatted a swear before. Don't turn off the swear words. I'm sure I if it's YouTube, if it's on Streamlabs, I've definitely allowed swear words on Streamlabs. If it's on YouTube, supers, settings, super chat stickers, I don't think I have the opportunity to turn them. So basically, the announcements that come up, so for those of you who don't know, the announcements that come up on screen come up through some software called Streamlabs. You connect your YouTube account to Streamlabs, and then you can build these alert boxes. Without Streamlabs connected, when you super chat, it won't come up on the screen. So in terms of Streamlabs, I've turned off it censoring super chats. In terms of YouTube, I can't see anywhere where it says that it's restricted or not. Permissions? No. Community? No blocked words on community. Defaults? Hold potentially inappropriate comments for review? No. Not turned off. Advanced settings? I've already said it's not for kids, and we're full of don't show potentially inappropriate words. Yeah, so it's not turned on. So you can swear away. Definitely no swears on YouTube. How? Look, I'll show you. I'll show you guys. Watch this. Is it switched yet? I can't see if it's switched yet. Is it switched to share screen? Look. Look. Oh, it is switching. Okay, it's just delayed. Look. Don't show potentially inappropriate words. Unselected. Always been unselected. No, set this channel is not made for kids. I never upload content that's made for kids. There's just no... See? It's because of the credit card companies and liabilities. Heavy breathing. Yeah, just try definitely no swears on YouTube. For super chats, I've super chatted to Valrak swear words. There you go, you can see my blocked members. He was a horrible troll. Okay, I can't seem to see how or why it's doing that. But apparently you can't. Do members have a higher chance of catching herpes because you hang out with Valrak? Yes, it's one of the bonuses of being a member of the channel. Although for some reason yours is still not showing up and it's concerning me. So we'll have to wait and see. The Big Red Bear through Super Chat is not blocking normal swears in chat, but not in Super Chat. Okay, you're not listening. I am listening. I'm trying to catch up. Drunk battle reports need to be a thing. They would be amazing. They do. You're right. I'm 100% down for that as well. So apparently YouTube swears for super chats are turned off. I did. So it was definitely a way. There was definitely a block on swearing in super chats for Streamlabs, which I disabled all this morning. So hey, I mean Dats and Des has just smashed it though. I'll let her read it out. But Dats and Des has just smashed it. I can't wait for this to come through. Fucking horrible. That's some proper British swearing there, Dats and Des.
Buggercock ass badgers wank biscuit.
That might be the best super chat of the night. Amazing. Valrak said he spat in your mouth. If I didn't ask for it. The beard is there to hide the herpes. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's the best super chat I've ever seen in my life, by the way. That's fucking amazing. Thank you. Arse Badger's wank biscuit. Brilliant. Oh, Sleepy Jake. That's naughty. For £2 as well. Thank you for the super chat, legend. Is this now? Are we now just going to get YouTube to see how much swearing we get YouTube to do for super chats? Is that the next thing?
CUNT.
Just come up on the screen. This is childish, and this is definitely me. On Streamlabs itself, you can donate through there with swears, but not on YouTube. Oh, okay. Do you know what? For fucking ages, I was updating the donation thing in Streamlabs and testing it, and I couldn't get it to change and making it look different. Right? I couldn't get it to change. And then I worked out why. It's because a super chat isn't a donation. A super chat is a super chat. There's a whole different section to edit on that. It took me fucking ages. But Jonathan De Silva, you're not sorry, don't lie. Is swearing in British really swearing though? Yes. It's our language. It's called English. Ryan, come on. Plague of Shadows, who's one of our moderators, has one of the best accents in the world though. He has a lovely deep Texan accent. I think my wife goes weak at the knees when she hears him on voice chats on WhatsApp. Well worth the £2. 100% it was. 100%. Although I will say we've dropped concurrent viewers since you swore Sleepy Jake, so people clearly offended by your profanity. Now that Valrak is confirmed having won the battle, he hasn't won the battle. He's not. Ali Rees just come here saying Valrak's claiming he won. He hasn't won. Oh, for fuck's sake! I should have said nothing. But he just needed to watch it back and he'd have seen it. He hasn't won. He's not won, and I will crush him with anything all the time. Great big hairy lesbian mammoth bollocks from Ark Royal. She's going to read that out as well. I'm so glad I put a nice little American computer voice on for the super chats. This was totally worth it. Overboard DM, there's a Discord, you say. There is !Discord in the chat, and it will give you a link to Discord. Only downside being, YouTube, for some reason, hasn't currently recognised your membership because you've not gone green and you've not got a little beard next to your face.
Great now, big hairy lesbian mammoth bollocks.
Sorry, had to stop for that. Thank you so much for the super chat. See how it says legend at the top as well? I did that today. So yeah, so if you exclamation mark Discord in the chat, you can join Discord, and if you link your YouTube account to your Discord account and it recognises your membership, then it will keep you in there. If you don't link your Discord account to your YouTube account and it doesn't recognise it, it will bump you out straight away. We're going to have to work out how we solve your problem because it's not picking up your YouTube membership. I'd imagine you might have to log out, log back in or something like that, and it will pick you up and your name will go green. See how everybody else's names are green. So blues are mods, greens are members. And I love a good member. So clip it. But now that it's confirmed how you're planning on winning the next play, it's not confirmed. He didn't fucking win. Fuck off, you lot. Don't. Give me an army to beat him with. You tell me what army to beat him with, and I'll beat him with it. At least generic Ed Lodge managed to beat Valrak, so he's not undefeated. I beat him. Have you taken my rank away in Discord? I'll be so upset. You like members? I love members, Keith Moore. I love members. We've got 2 members this stream. So if you wanna be a member, I will love you, and you can be my member. World Eaters. I'll take him on with World Eaters. Okay, fine. I mean, you pick an army that I know really well, right? Joe says Harlequins. I've got Harlequins army. Jonathan De Silva, you know I've got a Harlequins army, so I can do that as well. And I've got one that can take on tanks, lots of bikes. Need to destroy him good and proper, give him a good bumming. Okay, fine. We'll get Steve at the table as a table ref if needs must. Ginger Steve, 449. At this point, Ginger Steve, you have definitely super chatted more this episode alone than the cost of a Thane membership. Just saying. You didn't just need to watch it back. You needed to learn the rules, then watch it back. Problem is he's too lazy. Your secret is safe, Lance Armstrong. Fucking dick.
He didn't just need to watch it back. He needed to learn the rules, then watch it back. Problem is he's too lazy. Your secret was safe, Lance Armstrong.
Tau, Iron Warriors. I could borrow a couple of Iron Warriors armies and beat him with Iron Warriors. That would be glorious, wouldn't it? 10,000 Necrons. Tau would be too easy. Take him on with Tau. He hates Tau. There's Tau armies I can borrow. That's also possible. As if Alvarak wasn't given enough coaching advice along the way, that was worth more than the one intercessor. I know. This is the other thing. I was teaching him how to stop things. I stopped him from firing a weapon so he could pick another model up with a single damage weapon. And then the amount of things I did to get him to a point where he at least scored fucking 40 points. You'd think he'd just be fucking grateful. No, he is a genuinely nice bloke though. I hate it. I just wanted him to be a dick, but he's a genuinely nice bloke. I hate it when this mic pop shield isn't central. It really annoys me. I've just knocked it now as well. It really fucking winds me up. There we go, central. But yeah, he was genuinely a really nice guy, a really nice guy, and that makes it worse. Being trolled is just part of the job of being a 40k streamer. I love it though. Like, this is why you're my people. And you're Sam's people. This is why you're our people. Because if you just agreed with everything I said and you didn't banter back and forth, this stream would be dead an hour and a half ago, right? So I kind of appreciate all of the abuse apart from Big Red Bear saying he actually won because he didn't. Where's the link to sub? Do you mean sub or member? Sub is just hit subscribe on YouTube. Member is !member in the chat. And then that will give you a link to become a member. And I had to put !member in the chat because it means you can do it on mobile, etc., etc., etc. And if you click that link, it will give you the membership levels and you can join the channel that way. Or if you're just using your PC or whatever, you can scroll down into the video description. There's a link in there as well. Towel Triptide list and watch those yellow tanks disappear. Iron Warriors is a good shout. And he won the sportsmanship title of that game. No, he fucking didn't. He's sound for a mank. I mean, he wears blue rather than red. Mind you, I think most people that wear red from Manchester don't live in Manchester today. Most of them live in London or something. It was embarrassing, to be fair. He flopped though. I think he do you know what? That's another thing. I know he's asleep, right? So he won't hear a lot of this. But there's a lot of people that when they were getting hammered as badly as he was getting hammered, would have got salty, and he just had a giggle. He played it till the end. What a champion! What a champion! And I'd said to him, like, this is legitimate as well. I said to him the night before, don't worry, mate. If it's looking like it's going to be a bit of a whitewash, I'll take my foot off the gas a little bit and we'll make a game of it. We'll make it a laugh. And that morning I was like, nah, he's fucking impossible. I'm just going to smash him. I'm just going to smash him as hard as I can. That's what we did. But yeah, much fun. Much fun. And genuinely, if we can keep a rivalry going between us and we get together every now and again, every couple of months or something to keep playing, yeah, I'm down for that. I'm definitely down for that. Anyway, it was embarrassing, to be fair. He flopped. Yeah, I got that. Can we get a poll for armies? There's a way of doing polls. I've had to bring another moderator in because the numbers start getting bigger. Eventually, we'll work out how to do polls properly and we'll go for it. Java Monkey did win. He didn't win. Rocky Style montage to train up. I don't think he could do that. He would probably do about 3 seconds of it and he'd be fucked. Just grab Jack Downing's towel. I'll send Val screaming. Art Raw Varric is the reason I got back into the hobby. Constant content and actually positive about the hobby. Proper fan. 100%. You know what? Massive thank you, Nick Shipley, for joining the channel. What a fucking legend. You know what? He is one of those people that I've watched for a very long time, and I didn't say anything for ages. I didn't really comment much because I'm a tiny channel compared to Valrak. But even when I've had hobby lows, I've watched his streams and giggled along with him, and it's just I reached out to him to start speaking to him, and what a fucking legend. You're right. You know, he's just a giggle. He's a giggle. He's up for taking the piss out of himself, and I respect that and I relate to that. So, he takes the abuse well, but he loves it. He's good for it. Kill Varric with grots, lots of crocs. It's amazing. He let you win because he felt sorry for you. Did you watch the same game that we watched, Java? Were you at the same studio that I was at? You can ignore me all you want, but I'm staying. I don't want to ignore you. Just catching up with the chat. Fucking he let me win. I mean, it wasn't even close, was it? If I cheated him out of 30 points, he'd still have lost. That's how fucking bad it was. He took it like a champ. He did. There is no salt because he is so nice. Ginger Steve, you're right. He is a good guy. He is a very good guy. Watching while preparing 40 rubrics, 40 Zangor, 6 exotic sources for priming and painting. What the hell have I done? You've picked a good army. Thousand Suns are a good army. And I can't see them being hit by the nerf bat at all when it comes to FAQs. I think there's going to be some slight tweaks to Grey Knights, but they're a good army. It'll be worth it. And 40 rubrics, you have my respect because they should have many rubrics.
You ever make Valric watch that bread video?
I didn't, no. Should I? Should I make him watch it? I haven't watched it yet, so I'm a bit reluctant to pass it on to him if I haven't yet watched it either. I could do it on poll on Twitch, no idea on here though. I think you can do it, that's and Des, via Nightbot, but I'll have to give you Nightbot access to YouTube because you've only got Nightbot access to Twitch. So what you're saying is you're Floyd Merriweather and he's Logan Paul. If I knew boxers, I'd get that reference. I don't have time for sport either. Do you know what? I used to watch so much rugby. I used to watch football. I just don't have time for anything fun anymore. Apart from talking to you guys. Is it fun? Is it fun right now? I'm not sure. Mystics did nothing wrong. Brilliant. This is what I love about 40k. The content creators are all great people having a laugh, making it fun. I think most of them are. I mean, there's bad apples out there, right? And I'm not going to name names. It's not my place. But there is bad apples out there. There are content creators that are a bit more negative. I tend to surround myself with the people that aren't. And the people that I chat to frequently, I'm involved with frequently, are all super positive. They all look out for each other. They all help each other out. Most of them will be more than happy to collaborate with each other. I made a WhatsApp group of YouTubers and asked people if they want to be involved with big people in there who I didn't think would want to be part of it because they're quite big people, looting, play on tabletop, etc. And they all said yes, and we have a chat, we talk to each other, and something goes wrong and someone's having a problem with YouTube or with Google, whatever, people help each other. It's amazing. People help each other out. So it's really, really, really good. It's a really good vibe, a really good sort of feeling amongst the content creator community. And I think that if we can then transpose that onto screen, so you guys get part of that as well. Like, the stream on Saturday was fucking incredible for numbers, for viewers, for super chats, for subs, all that kind of stuff. And that is a sole result of the it's a sole result of the collaboration, basically, that happened. Like, if I'd have gone live with just me and Brom or whatever, then there was no way it would have pulled that many numbers. So he's come down and done that with me, knowing it would do that for me. He said to me before we even started on the camera, you'll probably do this, and this today for like super chats and stuff. I was like, no, not a chance. He knew, and he did that with me, and he's joked about the fact that I haven't paid him, but he's like, he did it because he knew it would support me. And that's fucking incredible, right? And that's the sort of bloke he is as well, which is why it's so nice to hang out with him. Is Major Kill
in the group chat?
Is Major Kill in the group chat? No, I don't think so. I don't know who we've got in the group chat. Toys for the Toy God, that must be why I never hear from you. You didn't hear from me because I'm fucking busy, Darren. So busy all the time, non-stop. But if you just nag me on WhatsApp, and at some point we'll get together and have a coffee, right? Because it's been ages. Jedi upgrading to Jarl, you fucking legend. You get a new fancy blue name in Discord. Just saying. Overboard DM can't get my Discord link. I don't know how we fix this. Who knows about Discord linking and YouTube linking and all that kind of stuff? Can one of my mods reach out to Overboard and see if you can help him, please? Because I don't know. I haven't got a fucking clue. We need to get it fixed for him though. Inquisitive Vex, my unpainted Drakari, Necrons and Space Marines are looking at me with angry eyes. Nah. 40k creators do seem way less competitive and more supportive of each other. I think that's the case. It's good, right? That's definitely the way it should be. Winters said a phrase a long time ago when I first started working with him, which has always been sort of prevalent in my YouTubing, I guess. The phrase is very simple. A rising tide lifts all ships is basically what it is. And if it doesn't make sense to you, then essentially if I rise and I improve, I bring people with me. We all work together. And so my success, I would want to share it with other content creators out there and help them, and then they help someone else, and then they help someone else, and then they help someone else, and it might even filter down to a bloke who's just starting out. And I think if we all help each other, why wouldn't I help out? If someone come to me and said, we've got Tom Helveticus, I don't know if you're still there in the chat, dude, has recently launched a new web store selling hobby products. He hasn't quite got 40k products yet, but he's got hobby products. We've shouted about a few times. HelveticusGaming.com, right? Brand new, just starting out. Why wouldn't I shout him out? Why wouldn't I try and help him grow and develop as a business? Why wouldn't I? Like, it just, I don't lose anything at all. So it makes sense to do that. Nick Shipley, Peter Griffin, aka Kim Jong-un, aka Valrak, always good viewer boost. I thought you gave him the blowy. Shh, Ginger, Steve, shush. FYI, you can pay him in Greg's. Absolutely, I can. That certain negative YouTuber used to be so good too. It's a shame he's decided to preach to the negative audience. He's cultivated nothing about it. It's fun. I'm not sure who you're on about. I'm intrigued as to who you're on about. In case if you're thinking about the one that I'm thinking about, maybe. But Toys for the Toy God. Hooray! I might send John in my stead on Friday. Fancy blue name. See, Scarbrand, you don't get a fancy blue name. In fact, you're the only Thane in Discord right now. So when you're in Discord, if you get the Thane tag, give me a shout. You can pick whatever fucking colour you want. You can pick whatever colour you want. You tell me what colour you want, you can have it. You want red because you're Scarbrand, you can have red because you're a Thane. I am sorry, but your profile's been updated on the Upper Hive, you bastard. Big Red Bear. Come on. We were friends. He was beat. Big Red Bear. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. It's not fair. Because you look at what Java says underneath. Fair play, it was a good win. See, it was a good win. Big Red Bear. Come on. Don't do it to me. I'll just leave that Discord. I'll just go. I'll just leave. Become a member, Des. Add me to the Discord and I'll invite him in. Des, you're a moderator. You can come into the Discord anyway. I'll do that. I will do that. Yeah, actually, let's see if I can just do it now. I need to fuck it. Otherwise, I'm going to forget, and then I won't. Datsun Des invite. Right, Des, you should be invited into Discord server, and then you should come in very soon. And when you come in, I can fucking hell. How many people have been joining Discord? Datsun Des is in. Let's make you a moderator. Let's do this live, just so it's really interesting for you guys to watch me do this. Right, edit roles. Let's make you a mod for now. Save. You're a mod in Discord for now, Des. We'll talk about it later. But legend, thank you so much for helping. Did you and Meeters went through YouTube, or did you know him before? So, I originally started on YouTube on a channel called VisiCast, which still exists, although he hasn't put content up for 3 years. So VisiCast was a battle report channel that originally launched in 7th edition, and it was my first foray into YouTube and creating content. And John ran a channel called VisiCast, and Toys for the Toy God, who's in the chat, Darren, used to be involved in VisiCast as well as a few of us. It was great fun. 8th edition launched, John fell out of love with 40k and stopped producing content. But before he stopped producing content, he had Winters down as a guest. I was supposed to come and hang out for the day with Winters, and I couldn't. I got called into work. So I messaged him. I messaged Winters and said, "I'm really sorry. I would have loved to have hung out for the day." And we started talking. And he said, he asked me about content creation. I was like, "Oh no, I don't do it because I haven't got all the gear that John's got and what have you." And Winters was the one who said to me, "I use my phone. Just go for it. Just get on with it." So Winters is basically the reason I think that I launched my own channel. He basically said, "Get on with it." We kept talking to each other. He then watched every video I ever produced on YouTube, and he was amazing. And he used to feedback, and he used to comment, and he used to share. And what a hero! I owe my channel success to people like Winters, to people like Valrak, people like that who've been amazing. Guys are just incredible, really, 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 really good, and that's why I am where I am, because of people like that. So I'm always prepared to help anybody else out because of the help that I've had to get to where I am. So yeah. Do you and Winters meet through? Oh, I've just read that one out. Thanks, great stream, absolute legend. Thank you for joining. Datsun Des says he'll be a member next month. He subbed on Twitch. Yeah, so Des subbed on Twitch because he's a legend, and then I shut Twitch down, so it's my fault. He who should not be named. You, sir, are a legend. Thank you, Steve Rackus, you absolute hero. And you know, thanks for joining the stream as well, legend. Scarbrand, yeah, let me know what you want. You can have it. Fucking my kids, you can have my kids. Are you and Val going to meet up midwinter minis for a battle report anytime soon? Pass, maybe, possibly, not sure. I haven't spoke to Guy from Midwinter Minis properly. I don't know if he's going. Is he going to Legends? I can't remember. Liam Dempsey. Just in all fairness, I felt we needed to tell you first. You've done it. You have actually done it, haven't you? You have actually done it. You motherfucker. Right. Okay. Like that, is it? Not sure that's the war you wanted to start. I will fly to America and pull your pants down. I don't think I won't do it. Anyway, it is 10 to midnight. This is the latest we've been streaming on a Monday for ages. See, this is what happens when you guys super chat and become members and chat bollocks. I end up stuck here talking to you for longer than I was going to be. How long has it been on now? Where's the little button that tells me how long it's been on for? 2 hours and 23 minutes. Look how good I am to you. Look how good. Valrak has to turn off because I'm bad back. Don't fall off a roof then. Really. What I love about these as well, what I love about these the most is that I started with a topic, and the first 10 minutes I delivered that topic, and the first 10 minutes after that we probably talked about that topic, and then we've just gone off on random fucking tangents. Big Red Bear, you'd be confused. You'd be lost and confused as I'm not American. You're all the same. North America, right? Canada, America, it's all the same. All the same.
You'd be lost and confused, as I'm not American.
Sound American? That sounded American to me. Thank you for the super chat. The $2 Canadian gives it away. It's all the same. You're all the same. I think the stream is starting to slow down. Maybe it's time for us to let Liam rest a bit. Yeah, I mean, I would be good to rest soon. You guys are bloody awesome. You wouldn't as Valrak and other guys from DZTV Legends. DZTV is amazing, right? I love DZTV. The crew's incredible. So those guys do some work as well. Like Sultan's now making content. Say Hype's making content. When it comes to actually DZTV, You've got Brap Scallion putting content in there now. Quips is making content as podcasts. I've clearly upset Roman. Roman, are you also from Canadian land? Are you also from Canadian land? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I only meant to upset Big Red Bear. So, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Do you have any plans for talking about Warhammer Plus content schedule? I'm going to do lots of talking about Warhammer Plus. I'm subscribing on Wednesday. And when I do the next stream, which might be Friday, whenever I do the next stream, I'll be talking about Warhammer Plus content. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to review it. Anything they throw at me, I'll talk about. And we'll see if I stay subbed. I'm thinking I probably will. He didn't fall off the roof. He was pushed. I missed what you said at the beginning about going first.
I'm an Iowan, so I could guide you through our cornfields and plains.
Cornfields. I don't know if that's you. Are you leading me into the cornfields and?
You're American Lance Armstrong.
Fucking hell, Ginger Steve. Thank you for the super chats, guys. You're absolute heroes. I missed what you said at the beginning about going first and second. Basically, what I'm saying is, and I'm not going to go into detail now. You'll have to watch the start of it again, right? But basically, what I'm saying is, I now think that going second is probably the place you want to be all the time. I don't think you ever want to go first anymore. I think you want to go second. Is my theory, is my thought. And I think if Sam would have gone second, if Varric would have gone second on Saturday, I'm not saying he would have won, but I think the game would have possibly been a lot harder for me, especially for someone who had a melee-focused army. So that's my theory. Roman Wargamer, I'm from Canada. Okay, I apologise to you. I'm just trying to upset Big Red Bear because he's just fucking shafted me, right? So I'm sorry if it's offended you, all right? But fuck Big Red Bear. I said it out loud. Big Red Bear, I'm a New Zealander too, so it's even more ridiculous to call me a Yank. I'm just confused now, right? I don't know. I think you're just making it up as you go along. Steve, it seems so much less clear cut who had the advantage now. Yeah, absolutely. Come to America, we can have a good time. I am going to come over. I wanted to come over this last year actually, but I couldn't because of COVID. So, Ryan, there is an intent to come over to America. Winters wants me to come touring America, playing people, filming it, vlogging, etc. I fully intend to do that. Looking forward to the review. Absolutely, I will do it. I promise you. I have my fingers crossed they will make Warhammer Plus worth it. I think they will eventually. They'll get it right. I think they can't not get it right. G6 Blue, I'm looking for terrain mats. Can you recommend any? JW Wargaming does some really good terrain mats. He actually sells a DZTV one. Gaymat.eu are typically very good as well. Urban mats are good. So there's 3 there. If you're UK or Europe based, you can go on to Element Games, and they've got a lot of different game mats on there as well. So there's like 4 different options there. There's loads of good stuff going. Or again, check out Helveticus Wargaming, who's especially UK based. He's got loads of mats for sale too. Val wasn't pushed. He probably had visions of the enema he was about to receive. Freaking brilliant. Be careful, there is aliens in them cornfields. I'm sure there is, with really long, knobbly fingers, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Going second is best if you make up your rules. I'm going to fucking mute Ginger Steve, I think. I'm going to mute him. Overboard. Okay, so Dats and Des is a legend. He's sorting out Overboard DM in the chat. Liam Fest America to combat Valfest. Yeah, we'll just do Valfest but bigger, right? All of our British of Anglo-Saxons, and I'm here in Greece cursing my luck that we can't even have a hobby store in my city. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Can you at least get it reasonably soon shipped out from somewhere, please? I hope. If you come to States and are around DC or Baltimore, I would love to have a beer or a coffee. 100%. I won't go to one place. I'm looking at doing a tour of a few places at some point, maybe next year. I'm most definitely looking at sometime soon doing the LVO as well. So if you guys go to places like Adepticon and the LVO, I'm going to try and do those quite frequently. So even if that's just a place where everyone comes to one place and we can all hang out and have a beer. Not Ginger Steve. He's not invited. Ginger Steve isn't invited. Or Big Red Bear. He's not invited anymore either. So those 2 can't come. You're not getting picked for the football teams. You're not coming. Anyway, it is 5 to midnight. Tomorrow I've got to be with Steve. So I don't know what time I've got to be with him yet. So I need to check that out as well. I am going to fuck off and leave you in peace. Those of you that have super chatted, fucking heroes, every single one of you, thank you so much. And you're normally the best, apart from the fact that you got outdone by someone becoming a Thane tonight. So those of you that became new members, thank you so much. Those of you that upgraded your memberships, means the world. There's a possibility that with that kind of support, I might even get out the factory before the end of the year. We'll see. So I genuinely really appreciate it. It's amazing. 40k Punk, YouTube 40k creators, yes, very collaborative, but everyone wants to get pretty competitive at Legends, 100%. Any predictions on who will win? Steve Box. I think he'll win. You have a knocking about in London. End of next month, LGT. I'm at the LGT. I've got a ticket. Liam tours the US with Valrak on Amazon Prime soon. That would be a great series. Valrak is planning on going to the States. Come together? No, God no. Farewell, old chap. Catch you later. See ya. You should come to Iowa, though. I'd come to Iowa. I'll turn up anyway. I'm Ginger. I don't even get invited. Take care. Have a great time tomorrow. Great stream. Glad. Don't forget. You can catch me on stream tomorrow, 7 p.m. UK time on the Vanguard Tactics stream, and I'm playing. So, anyway, thank you, legends. Thank you, every single one of you. And just before you go and leave chat, just !member. Click the link. Come and join the channel. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow night on Vanguard Tactics.